I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the date done, you a go love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Pregame Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good afternoon and welcome back to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Manning's Man. And people, guess what? Riddle me this, riddle me that. Guess this riddle, or perhaps not. Brazil is going to play South Korea, and at the end of the game, who will be the winner? And the answer is going once, going twice, going thrice. It's gone through the window. And the answer to this question is Brazil. So Brazil about to take on South Korea in round of 16 action at the World Cup. Yes, to see who will face Croatia, who defeated Japan on penalties in the game earlier today. Yes, indeed. Again, welcome. And I want to encourage you. Shauna K. Chambers says Brazil. Woo, 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 woo. How you been, Shauna K? Bless up, Shauna K. So good to have you. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Listen, this is going to be a good one. Shauna K is the first female, and we normally highlight them. All the others will be here soon to join you, Shauna K. You'll have A.M. Henry. She's a female. B.B. Cross. Look out for these names. Daphne Jackson and Shem J and Claudia. All of those are females. They'll be part of the chat with you. All right. But the game is about to get started. I'm going to show you the starting 11. This is going to be a good one. Neymar is still questionable. I think he's going to be on the bench, and if he's needed, then he will play. I don't think he will be needed in this particular game. All right, so that is your starting 11. We had said this earlier, shared this earlier today. So that is your starting 11 for the game for both teams. And we are anticipating, like I said, a Brazil win for this one. On board for this one, Sir Everton Jackson, saw your comment on the videos that we posted of the under-20 team there. Jude Spence is here. Look at that. Bless up. Always so good to have our subscribers joining us early for the games. Like I said, it's going to be a KW Media. Listen, I can tell you, some of these people, they only come out when Brazil is playing. I am telling you, you can tell that they are big Brazil fans. Man like Peso and the works, all of them, they love Brazil. Fresh God. Yep. A lot of Brazil fans out there. So looking forward to having them on this one with us today. All right. Bless up. But I really believe that this is going to be a good game. Like I said, Neymar is there. He's going to be on the bench if he's needed. Will he start? Yes, he has been inserted into the starting 11. As you can see, people, I am so happy. Duckland, Neymar is up and he's running. Yes, indeed. People, who can stop Brazil? Nobody. But don't want to underestimate this team, this Croatian team. They are a good team, and this South Korea team, they are a good team, and so it's going to be a stern battle, I believe, for Brazil. But I expect that at the end of the game, Brazil will be the winning team. That's my expectation at the end of this one. All right. Again, thank you for joining. When you come onto the stream, we ask you, as usual, to hit the subscribe button. If you're not a subscriber to the platform, make sure you do that. Subscribe to the platform. Also, you can hit the like button, and also, God bless you. What? South Korea? Oh my Lord. Behave yourself. God bless you. God bless you. Behave yourself. News commentator Jamaica, thank you also for joining the stream. All right, so please make sure that you subscribe if you are not a subscriber yet. Ensure that you subscribe to the channel so you can get all our notifications. Yes, you can get all notifications when we're up, when we are running. But I think Brazil is poised to win this World Cup. I think Brazil is poised to win this World Cup. Nothing is written in stone. You understand me? So at the end of the day, you have to play each game and stuff. But we have Mr. Rudolph Speed. He's here to join us for this one, and we should be having Coach Huntley Swimming. Mr. Speed, give us your take on this one, man. Brazil, is there any analysis, any breakdown, or this is just simple? Many people are saying, I remember when the game was being played between Argentina and Australia, people were saying, why is there a pregame show? Why is there a need to break down anything? It's easy. Argentina is going to win. And to our surprise, the Australians stayed in that game almost up to the final kick of the game. What say you about Brazil versus South Korea? The return of Neymar as Gabriel Jesus heads back to London with an injury.
Well, I saw you were earlier this morning. I just wanted to point out that all the indication was that Neymar was not going to start.
Yes.
But clearly, that would have to be a miracle for him not to play, because this is the World Cup. Talk what you want to talk about, Champions League and all of those leagues and who great in those. Nobody cares. When it comes to World Cup, every single player on planet Earth want to play in the World Cup. So, and they want to improve their legacy. Maybe Neymar has another World Cup coming up, but his legacy is something that he want to keep. So, both teams playing the same 4-2-3-1, so they cancel out each other basically in the system. I am not going to say it's a walkover, but the big difference is Brazil foot speed. Very fast player, play very well in transitions, both in attack and in defense. That is what I think is going to make the edge, give Brazil the edge here. I don't particularly like how they set up, because I think Casemiro loves to play like the sole central defensive midfielder. So I think he's gonna switch a little bit to the middle, and Lucas gonna be the one who's pushing up in this particular attack. But they have in Junior one of the most exciting footballer in the world. They have Richardson, who he has scored more goals for Brazil than games he played. Top striker. I know you don't like him, but it don't matter. Rafinha, I thought, is a little bit pedestrian, but it's okay. He's probably gonna be just efficient. So if you ask me at all, these millionaires from Brazil, every single one of them is millionaires, rich, enjoy a good life, understand what it takes to win games in the respective club. Coming up against a South Korea team who I think well prepared, well trained, but you say they have 4 Kim on the back line. All the people on the back line, well, including the goalkeeper. Did you notice that? 5 persons. This must be a record.
Yes.
All of them named Kim. J Kim, Y Kim, M Kim, MH Kim. When they can't separate them, are S Kim. So the whole back line must be, is that look like it's from the same line of family in South Korea. 5 of them. And then you have 2 brother over there. Again, HWANG on the right side. So and we know of Sang. Everybody know of Sang how good he is. I would have preferred to put him closer to the goal if I was the coach. But he's a player that can turn a match on its head anytime. So they two have quality too. I mean, it's not gonna be easy. We know about Chu. He scored. I think he scored against Argentina, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. So they have people, and he's gonna work his socks off today.
Against Argentina, they weren't in the zone with Argentina. So, South Korea came out with Ghana, Portugal, and the Uruguay.
I think it's Portugal him score against. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is not a team, and their work rate is probably only surpassed by Japan. So this is not a team that is easy to deal with either. But the problem is that unlike the European teams, who I suspect works just enough to win, this Brazil team have much more foot speed, and I think that will be the undoing of South Korea.
Yeah.
I'm giving Brazil the edge to win here. I mean, stranger things has happened, but I don't think it's gonna happen today.
Yeah. Let me say this, right? Big up. There you go. Daphne has joined. Welcome, Daphne. I know A.M. Henry is at work, so she can't type. Bless up yourself. But what I'll say is that if there's any challenge I think Brazil will face in this game, is Son, the Tottenham Hotspur man, going up against Eder Milito, who is not a right back. He's more a centre back that plays on the right side, but he has played there for Real Madrid on a couple of occasions, and this is the second time he's playing there for Brazil. So it will be interesting to see how that matchup goes.
Well, surely you don't want Brazil to put the other right back out there.
Daniel Alves. Well, that is true. But as a chat saying, I don't understand why the coach play Neymar at the number 10 position just because he wants Vinny to play at the same time. I don't know. I think that is the best position for Neymar to play for Brazil. Where else is he going to play?
It's the best position. He doesn't have the work rate to go back and forth, so you don't want to put him out there. It's best for him to stay right there behind the striker. As a matter of fact, they could play 2 strikers and put Neymar beside Richardson for all I care. But I would never ever put him anywhere else and expose the team, to something that Neymar can't. Plus, Neymar is probably not 100% fit. He hasn't played for the last 2 games. So if you're going to protect him any at all, that's exactly where he should play.
And here is the game has started. South Korea with possession here. Just won by Brazil in midfield, but back to South Korea, breaking the lines. Good ball here by South Korea as they go spurling forward. The player was offside, played call back. Free kick for Brazil. The South Korean just straight into an offside position, trying to make those quick snappy passes, trying to break the Brazilian line early, but played call back for offside. Brazil with it now.
And they're in the color that I like to see them in.
You don't like the blue.
No. I think they don't like it either.
Okay, almost a poor giveaway there by Danielo. Ball back here to Thiago Silva. Good long ball played up, looking for Vinicius Jr. Not able to bring that under control. It goes out for a throw-in. Paulo Bento is the coach for South Korea. Been with them for a while. Look out for Yumin Song, the Tottenham Hotspur man who had a fracture right above his eyes. He was supposed to miss the World Cup, but they had a special mask made for him, and so he's here. Here is that was Marquinhos to Milito. Milito with it back to Marquinhos. Marquinhos with it for Brazil in his own half. Back to Eder Militao, the Real Madrid man. He goes all the way back to the Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson, who finds Captain Thiago Silva. Brazil just knocking it around. Casemiro getting a touch. Paqueta getting a touch. All the players getting a feel of the ball. Ball played long here. Looking for Richarlison, who takes it beautifully. Tackles flying in for the South Koreans. Back to the goalkeeper. Boots this one long upfield. Header one in midfield. Brian Maiton, who is a Spaniard, turns up when Brazil is playing every single time, saying that he sends trouble. The only trouble there is that his Mulline's team will be playing later this evening, and there could be some problems.
I just wanted to say something, management. You saw that recovery to defense. Once one of the players was in trouble, the other Brazilian player was just back in a flash.
Yeah. And not only that, because that is son going up against Eder Milito, which is what they have to do. Oh, look at Brazil go. Oh, good defending. But that is good observation, because on that side is where Son plays, and they are going to have to double team him over there. Because Eder,
yes, but if you wanted somebody to be tackling anyone, who would you prefer? A wing back or a centre half?
A centre half.
Right, I'm not worried about his defending. What I'm worried about is when the team needs width, and does he have the ability to give it properly, or does he have the ability to cross the ball with precision? That's more what I'm worried about with Milito.
Oh, what he will do going forward.
Yeah, not the defending part. And the width, what he does give the team in terms of width.
Oh, what is Rafinha doing? What is Rafinha doing? Giving the ball away cheaply right there. Goal kick. It is for South Korea. They say, Brian, no bother with it. What they say, no bother with that, man. Ha. On another note, Such Man 1 and Court Speed 0 on the JPL showdown. Careful with the Such Man thing. The man named Theodore Whitmore, brother. Don't follow the man them we call the man no Such Man. The man named Theodore Whitmore, the man is a Jamaican legend, man.
Because them call our next man Such Man too. So how much people will get the one name?
On top of them all is a call that man.
No man, them call our next man Such Man too.
Hey man, it should be an interesting day in the jungle. Here is Brazil on the move again. Ball played out to Vinicius Jr. Again, he too is being double teamed on that side. Still Brazil with it. Neymar with the colored hair. Many Brazilians are sporting yellow coloring to their hair. Oh, Rafinha trying to keep the width. Follows his opponent there. Free kick.
So the point we're making why it's best for Neymar to stay away from the flank is just you see it manifest itself there. Rafinha willing to tackle up. Also, I think Rafinha was the one who came back. No, that wasn't Rafinha. So it is true that you want to have the players who are more physical and can run on the flanks more.
Can track back. There you go. Because you're using a double pivot in midfield. So which means that even if he doesn't come back, he has two midfielders behind him.
So so Korea, you can see that they're a little bit nervous. That the left centre half is just playing a lot of long balls down the pitch. Trying to catch Brazil out. Remember, I was talking about one of the things, the match resistance is lock. I think they're trying the lock thing.
See Shavan say, Mr. Speed, I was really looking forward in seeing yesterday's game versus Mount Pleasant. Oh, asking World Tracy support any team. I think World supports Brazil, man. But he's a Messi fan. So I don't know if he stands. I'm not sure. Maybe Duckland can answer that question. Shavan Peart said he was looking forward to seeing the game. There were too many games going on for Sportsmax. They had schoolboy football finals playing. Here we go. Go! Hey, people, let me give you the coverage on this. All right, Brazil ball played to Edar Milito. Milito out here to Rafinha. Rafinha for Brazil. Cuts inside, beats one, beats two. Oh, ball played to. Oh, look at this. Good ball movement. Here goes Rafinha on the outside. Rafinha with it for Brazil. Oh, he cuts it back. Oh, all the way for Vinicius Junior, who just brilliantly puts that into the top bin, into the old onion bag. It is the Samba Kings one. Oh my word, look at them dance. Oh my word, this is like taking candy from a baby. It is Brazil 1, South Korea 0. Oh my word, what fantastic play that was. Look at them dance. What is that called? That is called the Samba Mamba. Brazil 1, South Korea 0, and we are in the 7th minute of the game. Vinicius Junior on that cutback from Rafinha. Oh my lord. Mr. Speed, what say you?
Goal is so. Junior just held on to the ball, wait until everybody coming rushing towards him and just tuck it up in the corner. That's such a cool goal. And remember, you had somebody was just criticizing why he's playing and Neymar should play out the flank. Remember, somebody was saying, who was that? One of your
No, he wasn't saying that he should play. He was just asking why was Neymar playing there. And then when he explained, he says, no, he understands why.
Okay, so yeah. Right, but Junior, that is I think keeping him out there. He's such a lively player. He can cover so much more spaces too. Because it was in the once the player was building on the right side, it was in the box in a flash. But I must tell you though, that's so Brazilian like. He wait until the keeper committed, 2 defenders rushing towards him, and then he got the open goal to just tuck it up in the corner. Brilliant.
Brilliant play by Brazil. We're in the 9th minute.
Brazil in that yellow color, and they're shining like the sun.
Well, I don't know. The sun is not shining for South Korea.
Well, I mean, Ryan, you don't mean see football now. You don't want to be a hater, you know. You must cheer for your team win. You see, if you keep on cheering for other people lose, you might,
Shavan Peart, I think works with one of the call centers says work has stopped. Brazil has scored.
When Shavan Peart, Shavan, when we were going to the
look at that. That's a dirty play on Neymar right there. You can tell that they came out trying to injure him. Oh, this is Shavan, a penalty.
When Jamaica was qualifying to go to the World Cup.
This is a penalty for Brazil. Penalty for Brazil.
All Jamaica supported us. We support winners. That's it. You have to win things.
You seen this, Mr. Speed? You don't see it yet.
Penalty. Richardson, the guy you don't like, him again in the action. Another assist.
Are they going to give it?
I don't know because he must kind of coming from there, but the referee give it. I'm going to VAR now.
Yeah. I think I don't like Richardson if I dive in, man.
Him touch him, man. But you know why I don't like those penalties and those calls? The player is keep trying to just clear the ball innocently, and you come now and put your foot right in front of them. I don't think those should be given. But
yeah, I don't think he's going to get the penalty.
I don't think those should be given, but I've seen them given. I mean, the referee pointed to the spot.
Yeah, but the fact that VAR has, I don't think he's going to.
It has been awarded, yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it has been awarded.
But these are the cards that I really don't like. And Neymar trying to put himself in the history book, step up to take it. I think him shouldn't take it. Him should just make sure someone else who's gonna score take it. Yeah,
No, what? Neymar not miss it. Neymar don't miss penalty, man. Him just don't take a lot, man. People. This is going in the top right hand corner, man. Yeah, man. He's going across the goalkeeper, man. Right in the top right hand corner.
He has the skill to put the ball anywhere.
Top bins, right hand corner. Right. He's going. Yeah, man. Right at the goalkeeper. No chance. Into the back of the net.
Need to score this game and take it out of South Korea.
Easy goal, this man. This is like 4 or 5, you know.
This will be Neymar how much goals in the World Cup.
Since this is the first goal he'll be scoring in this World Cup. Two-zip Brazil. Easy, man. Neymar no miss penalty. Just don't take a lot. Telling you.
Why the keeper diving out about the place and I go and Neymar. And Neymar not kill the ball. So Neymar now have his 7th goal at the World Cups. And Brazil, Samba time start. And it's just, I don't know. You're going to see some chills here today.
Oh my, I feel it. Yeah, I feel it for South Korea. Yeah, I would not have given that as a penalty still.
No, I don't like those penalties. So Neymar has now gone up to 76 goals for Brazil, one behind the great legend Pele, who's at 77.
Javi and Kami TV, bless up. Oh my man. Oh, Sir Swaby, I mean, I don't know. We probably should stop this stream. This is just like, oh my Lord, this is...
No,
I like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah.
Brazilian fan, but I would not give him that penalty. It's very soft.
Why I don't agree. I agree with that. Why I don't agree with those calls? The defender was genuinely clearing away.
Trying to clear the ball.
Come from behind me and put your foot in front of the kick and get a penalty. Is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. There's no intent to do anything there but to play the ball fairly.
It should be it's a foul, you know, but it should be an indirect.
Indirect free kick. That's it.
It's like a high foot. Those are some of the cards it should be in there. Because just like when it happened way out on the field and it has happened, yes, you call a foul for it.
It's a foul.
But no referee usually give a card for those offenses. So that is why I think it shouldn't. You know.
But you and I know that if a referee give that, all Korea has to do is do something similar, and he's probably going to get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just getting, honestly trying to get myself ready. And
Brian, what more you do is a cheer for your team. I mean, you had an easy game and you make a meal of it 2-1. So
Brian Sue God, man. Everything I go against him right now. You still have to leave the stream.
Yeah. But Neymar gonna be the all-time leading goal scorer for Brazil, probably in this World Cup if Brazil go further. I mean, so Ronaldo, has 15 World Cup goals for Brazil. Pele second with 12. Ademir, Viva, and Jeruzino have 9. So
and Neymar have 7 now.
Yeah, Neymar is on 7. Of course, Rivaldo and Leonardo have 8. And Carrick have 7. So
the guy is at the game. Oh, look at that. That guy who went to the stadium and people thought he was you saw the video? He looked just like Neymar, and the people are taking picture with him and the security let him on the field and all of that. You see, Neymar just hugged him with in the goal celebration. So they invited him to the game. Yo, the guy looked just like Neymar. Yeah, man, big. A social media influencer. Security, big police escort and thing. Brought him to meet the Brazilian fans in the stadium. He was able to go on the pitch before the game and nobody didn't knew it was not Neymar. The man all his tattoos are similar to Neymar's. Same earrings, same haircut, same everything.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And what a shot from South Korea. Goalkeeper had to go full stretch to his left.
The Liverpool number one, the world number one, made it look easy. The world number one. I know you might not like to hear it. It was that speed or
No, that's regulation fine. That's true. It wasn't so hard after all.
Yes.
He'll make that save 10 times a day.
I think he could have just gone across and collected it.
No, I wasn't taking any chances, but I think he could make that save 10 times a day.
Absolutely. But unless a goalkeeper would probably struggle.
Yeah, 10 times a day, every day of the week, twice on Sundays. It looked pretty though.
Yeah, man. Well, Brazil is in full command of this. You know, only they can.
As I said before, every time Brazil play in that ugly blue shirt, me not like them play.
Me too. I don't like seeing that ugly blue shirt. But Neymar just come back from injury and keep taking 5-6 touches off the ball.
That's how he plays.
Yeah, but
that's the exact reason why he was injured.
Exactly.
But that's how the man plays. It's like you're telling Alisson not to use his feet. It's telling Trent not to. It's like telling Trent not to. It's telling Trent like not to go forward.
He's crazy. To be taking so much touch and taking the tackles. He's crazy. Look, you see that again? That transition to defense by the Brazilian. Quickly. Yeah. 5 men round the ball. That's so good. These are what make you win championship.
Absolutely. If you don't give anything up defensively, you know you have enough to get goals.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks to everyone who is watching at this time. Please remember to hit the like button. You understand? Let's increase the likes on the video. If you have not yet subscribed, please also subscribe to the channel and share it with somebody else so they can subscribe as well. Brazil 2, South Korea 0. We're still in the first half of this one. Just 19 minutes gone in this game so far. Brazil lion's share of possession and also having 2 goals. We have Sir Huntley Swaby with us and Mr. Rudolph Speed helping us with the call on this one. South Korea finally getting a foothold into the game as well. Indeed, Chris Rain, stroll in the park. Big up Slab of 14. I'm wondering how work is going on across Jamaica right now. People, what's going on in the office? What's going on in the offices? Referee says no foul. Referee really allowing a lot to go on here.
And I guarantee in about 9 months, you're going to have a lot of Richardson. World Cup new name.
Oh, Richardson?
Yeah, man. You're going to have a lot of babies popping up saying, oh, what? Richardson's. I made 2 Neymars already, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I made 2 Neymars in Manchester already, man. It's a Neymar. And I turned to the kid. I said, "What? Neymar?" I said, "Who called you that?" No, sir. That's my name. What?
We say Shawan, our work ago. one done say work stop. No, Brazil is probably the team that stops all activity stop when Brazil is playing. And no people of Argentina, no, they love Germany and they love the Spain and the France. But when Brazil plays, work stops.
All right, Duklan never joke. What you say? You hear him say about Lukaku?
Yeah. Yeah.
want to slip past because what if I tread too fast?
Yeah, because we're talking about Neymar not thing there the ball.
Yeah.
It's
So
coming.
if you see what Brazil is doing, look at the space in between they're almost in every single zone you can think about. Look at the spacing.
Yeah.
So it makes passing easy. Now
You
the
see how
top
Thiago
four,
Silva just looked over his shoulder. Once he has looked over his shoulder, the ball was played into him. Like
so
he
the
called
top
for
four,
it. Yeah.
the top four, where you look there, I'm just trying to teach them something, man. The top four is what you call stuck in place. So those four stuck about 5 players plus the goalkeeper 6 in place. So 4 control 6. So then it is 7, right? It's 7
Yeah.
versus 5. And that is how they are able to dominate the position.
Yeah. And what you do, you create depth and width. You know, they call it, you wide and you deep. You let the players go wide
That
and
is
still.
that is with the spacing, but
With the
I'm
spacing,
saying
yeah.
what they do is put 4 people up the front so them know that 5 person can't come forward to try to get the ball.
Yep.
Brian
Right.
says that not even traffic tickets are being given right now.
Right. Then so they control 5 plus the keeper makes 6. So they only have 5 more players
To
try and
contend
get
with.
the ball from 7. And that's how they are able to dominate the possession. You see? Look what they did. So they put 4 up. Right? Somebody have to retreat to mark the people. Then they have numbers now. And that's how they're able to keep the ball 80% of the time.
I'm telling you, even the ATM machines are not working. The money is just flowing out of them now. Stop at anyone and go and pick up, man. Telling you, everything is on pause.
Right. So what happened now? If you try to press the ball, there's somebody one-on-one, and that is what you don't do against Brazil. Leave somebody one-on-one with any of these players. So they can take it to school.
And their defenders are able to play these long diagonals very accurately, which is an next line. Their out ball is very good as well.
And pick them out.
And that forces Korea. Entry pass in midfield has to be pinpoint perfect. If not, it becomes a turnover.
I guess there's a motorcade being planned somewhere right now with Brazilian flags waving, ladies dancing, drums playing.
Very good by South Korea. Couldn't get it across. So if you could see Brazil first line of confrontation, first line of resistance was in their third. Everybody's back.
But you realize that all of South Korea's attack is on one side of the field. You realize that they're coming down the left, and I think it's because one Son plays on that side, and then, like I said, they made up their mind to attack Edar Milito because, like I said, he's not. Yeah.
Yes, you're right. They're coming down that side constantly.
Yep.
But there seems to have changed. They seems to have just gone to 4-4-2 now.
Brazil?
No, Korea.
Oh, South Korea.
Yeah. Look at the 3 players just stuck these in place right here, and then the race is on. They know that they are faster than the South Koreans with foot speed, and they are just relying on that long ball over the top to cause spear problems.
Yeah, I will say though, I like the fact that the South Koreans are able to, they are willing to take shots.
There's a break right now. Come on, Neymar. Come on. A break 3v3. Vinicius Junior made a perfect run down the blind side of the defense, and instead of making the pass, Neymar dribbled. Got a corner from it, but that could have been much more productive.
So you saw that move as you were suggesting. That's what they call a classic transition to defense. When the midfielder got it one time pass, Neymar should have sent in Junior, but as you say, selfish, trying to get his name in the record books and didn't make the pass. Junior would have been in, and it could have been the third goal.
Yeah.
And if
that is where I think he should have passed the ball. that was a wasted dribble because at the pace that he's going, it will be very difficult for him to get a shot off with the defender.
No. Well, what is going to happen? Defenders are going to collapse to the person who's carrying the ball. So once they collapse on the two of them, there's always an opening, and that is why he should have played the ball. It was clear. But that's Neymar for you. He either wants the title or he wants the records.
So it's Brazil 2, South Korea 0. We're in the 27th minute of this one. Oh, Neymar with the beautiful turn in midfield, dismissing two South Koreans. Find Vinicius Jr.
And the referee.
Vinicius Jr. dribbling at the South Koreans, ball going out. It's a corner kick for Brazil. Look at this. Everyone beating. Oh, referee, players, everybody going in the wrong direction. Creating a highlight package here is Neymar. Don't think he's going to go more than 60 minutes. Did you see the report that Raheem Sterling had a fight at the English camp with Luke Shaw and bruised up his eye, and that could is that true? You saw that report as well?
Brilliant goal by Brazil again. This is true.
Ball played out. Here's Rafinha playing this one out on the left-hand side. Ball played over into the box, headed out by the South Koreans. Here is Paqueta for Brazil. With it, Paqueta doing some fancy work here. Richarlison is going to score this one, so let's do the coverage. Here is Milito. Ball played over, headed out by the South Koreans. Richarlison with it. 1, 2, 3.
Richarlison.
Oh, look at Richarlison go. Can he get back this one? Oh, what a beautiful passes around the boxes. Oh my Lord. This is like, oh my Lord. I don't know what to say. This is like squeezing toothpaste out of a tube. Not a lot of work to do. I am telling you, this is fantastic stuff.
If you saw what they just did with the coach, watch. They got the coach involved in the celebration just now.
Oh, this Brazilian team. Oh, I think we're going to see Neymar out of this game in 60 minutes. Don't want to.
Half time.
So Richarlison, 3 matches in the World Cup, 3 goals. He's really good.
He's going to big up the coach, I guess. And the coach is dancing too. He's getting on with it. I think he's saying, "Coach, you trusted me. Management didn't. Coach, you trust me."
I know why management don't like the guy because he played for Tottenham, but that was just classic movements from him.
Classic.
And classic movements. His movements off the bar was
simple third man combination and just destroy them.
And I must tell you that this player, he has scored 6 goals in the World Cup qualifier from 8 matches. Now he has scored 3 in the World Cup from 3 matches. Sorry, from 4 matches. He's a sight to behold. He's gonna be one of the best players in this tournament. And he has an assist to boot here too.
Yeah, this is a commanding performance so far by Brazil. I'm just half an hour in the game and they're up by 3-0. And they're on the break again with Richarlison. This is a 4v4 out here to Vinicius Jr. Oh my Lord, there's problems here.
I think the best thing for Korea to do is just try and reduce the amount of goals they're gonna concede, because this one can get ugly.
Do not call people. Do not call what Brazil does. Tiki taka. This is, I like that Dukla. Samba Mamba. We don't do tiki taka. We do Samba Mamba. Brazil 3, South Korea 0. Vinicius Jr. with the opener. Then Neymar from the penalty spot. Richarlison with the third one. And Brazil. Richarlison in the 29th minute, and South Korea has no answer to what the Brazilians are doing. People, please, you must love what is going on. Hit the like button, man. Subscribe and share. Brazil.
And again, Alisson has proven to the world that he is who he is. No lapse in his concentration. He's playing on the front foot constantly.
And Brazil trying to lick a Rwanda there. But the truth is,
good work by Alisson in goal. Move on the near post. Go ahead.
And he uses his body to smooth the ball. So Korea has to try to get back a goal if they can. If I was them, I wouldn't even bother try, because it's gonna open them up more for more embarrassment. What they should try to do is try and go in for the first half with the score just the same, and hope that the coach can come up with some for the second half. But I wouldn't try to get back in the first.
You see what I tell you that about this right side? You see that again was down the right side with Militao. I think this is the problem. Because the only other right back that is fit is Dani Alves. Big up Toki True Blue, don't like Brazil at all. But big up yourself, still like up the still like up the the stream. This is good for Brazil as well, because Croatia would have played how many minutes? 120?
No, at least with extra time that they play, 130 would be more like it. With added time, sorry, not extra time, added time.
With an aging team,
yeah.
You know.
This could be a problem again. Or Rafinha is doing all sort of craziness instead of do his job and get past the defender. Like we discussed earlier, this is what Brazil needed to do. Get this job over with as quickly as possible so they can. So even Neymar, I think, if the coach really want to win this thing, he should get Neymar off after halftime.
No, I wouldn't take him off. I would just give him 60 minutes, because you still want him to have some conditioning.
No, I don't think he's going to lose his fitness, man. But that ankle might have some swelling if he goes beyond 45. And then he's going to have another 3 days to make sure that ankle settles down again. Because he's physically fit enough. It's just a matter of don't aggravating that ankle to get any swelling going on. Okay, you have the game in the bag already.
Yeah.
Right.
I think a lot of these, I think now with football, like swellings are not a problem. These guys have so many pills and injections and all of those things that they take. Like, yeah, I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's see how they will play this one out, because I think this game is done. Yeah.
But that's why you would do it, man, because you just said it. The game is done. The game is done. So you get him off, put him in some saran wrap, some bubble wrap, and protect him.
Again, they are coming down the right side. The Brazilian right, which is the South Korean left. You look how many of their attacks. If you look at those arrows, you'd probably see that most of their attack.
They're just picking apart the Koreans. 4v4 right now. Let's see if something can come off this.
This is 4-0. Goal!
4-0.
Oh, I don't know. This is getting serious. Lucas Paqueta scores for Brazil. Oh my word. Come on, people. We need a super chat for every goal. All the Brazilian fans. 4 super chats because there are 4 goals.
Him can't dance, though.
Oh,
I understand why.
Yeah.
37 minutes. 4 goals up, Brazil.
Well, as I said before, the Paqueta always said that Casemiro would want to sit in the midfield and he would be the one who is gonna play like a
South Korean coaching staff trying to figure out something. I think they have too many Kims on the field though.
Yeah, I think they have 4 or 5.
Yeah, and Brazil saying, all right, you're coming to place and bringing all of these Kims, 1 goal for every Kim.
So it's gonna be more than that. There's only 5 of them. So
yeah, so there's going to be at least 1 more goal.
Yeah. No, if it keep up this way, this is a hungry Brazil team. All of those players want to score lots of goals. That's gonna be the problem. They're not gonna take their foot off the gas.
Clinical and dismissive performance by Brazil so far. I'm telling you.
So it's gonna be very difficult for well,
again the brick again by
difficult.
Brazil. Turnover by Richarlison. Every time the South Koreans can't even get close enough to foul them.
So 5 Kim on the field, 1 on the bench. So that sounds like 6 goals. Minimum 1 for every Kim. That's the Brazil in South Korea nil. But even with that being said, just look at the Brazil defense. Very still disciplined in defense, which is a trademark of the Brazil team now. See again that double team right there on the left-hand side. Big up Rob Smith. Where have you been, man? Brazil 4 as halftime approaches. Will there be another one before halftime? Go ahead.
So what is certain is that Brazil is going to play Croatia in a couple of days' time. There's no doubt about that. We have Argentina against Netherlands. You have England versus France. All of those are decided.
Already, yes. This Brazil game will be on Friday, though. Friday at 2.
Yes.
Brazil,
And then you have the other set of games to be decided tomorrow. So
yes.
You're down to 8 now. And
so really and truly there has been no surprise so far.
None.
You'd say that the teams that are you'd think could go through have gone through so far.
The surprises have kind of died out. And I think I know one of the reasons. You see, when they had the group stages, everybody was still thinking about who come first, who come second. Did you see Junior enjoy himself? That they call a pie. Just flick it over the head of the player. So in the first, in the group stages, people are looking at permutations, looking at who they're going to play, if they come first, if they come second, a lot of things going through their mind. Once you come to the round of 16, where it's win or go home, you have seen the big team just focus. They have all just gotten focused.
Yeah.
And just put on the teams that they're supposed to put out.
Yeah. So the teams in the round of 16 so far, I mean, like I said, all the favorites have really come through so far. Let's see what will happen tomorrow. Morocco versus Spain and Portugal versus Switzerland.
That's the game that I don't know what's going to happen. Portugal versus Switzerland.
Switzerland, yes.
Yeah, that's going to be a close game. But Spain is going to make 1,100 pass. 1,111 pass tomorrow. I don't see this being a big deal.
Yeah, and I also know also the other thing is that I don't know if you heard that Cristiano Ronaldo has signed a $200 million a year contract to play in Saudi Arabia.
I don't care what Cristiano Ronaldo do know. I just when the World Cup finish, I start think about what he has done. But if that's what he has done, is a wise choice. I don't think he can manage the top where he wants to play now. He can't manage those.
Can't play at top level anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, Chevron Pierre asking about schoolboy players in camp for some sort when the season ends to keep them playing. Are,
Who going to pay for them?
yeah. How many good schoolboys are out there?
No, but you see, a lot of Jamaican people don't understand that 90% of schoolboys, maybe 95% of the best schoolboys, want to go to college. They don't want to play professional football, and their parents are telling them to play professional football. So, that's where they want to go, college. So
I think
who would
Son has
spend
gotten
money?
Son is out again. I think he's got, that he had an injury to his face. I think there was a collision there. This could he be out? Remember he had that
No, he's
injury.
back up. He's back up. He's back up
Okay.
and moving. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Speed. Yeah.
Right, so they want to go to college. I mean, I've had a lot of them. So so who's going to pay to have them in a camp playing, and then the guy's going to go to college, and you don't get paid when they go to college. The clubs don't get paid. The JFF don't get paid. So it's like just spending money.
Yeah, and then the players who are 19. Listen, people. A lot of people, most of the players who play football in Jamaica, in high school, them do it to go to college overseas.
Exactly.
5% of them want to go to play professional football. Out of that 5%, 1% turn professional who play overseas. The rest, out of the other 4%, plays in the local league out here. And then pick up
And then you look
jobs.
at the players that go to college, how much of them come back and represent the country?
Yeah, because they don't. Why do you think people do track and field? But yeah, Tennessee says, man, France soon cool them foot. Wait.
So they get less and less. The amount of percentage that come back from college and play for the national team is getting less and less every cycle. So and a lot of those college players, again, when they go to college, a lot of them, majority of them, don't care about football after they start to go to college. They start to become doctors and lawyers and other things, management. They try, and a lot of them get work, so they don't really come back and play for the national team either. So
first yellow card of the game.
It's not a good business venture.
Just want to remind you that tomorrow we'll be having Coach Robin Fraser from Colorado Rapids. He will be in Jamaica looking at talent and also running a coaching clinic.
If Brazil Argentina and Netherlands in their quarterfinal, Argentina gets by
Netherlands. Brazil gets by
Croatia.
Argentina will play Brazil.
So this is where the cookie crumbles in Jamaica, because one half of Jamaica is Argentina, the next half is Brazil. Well, let me not put it that way. 45% is Argentina, 50% is Brazil, and the next 5% I don't know who they're cheering. That's how it's done.
Oh. Okay, so Shavan is talking to one who want, but I'm telling you, out of the footballers that are good enough to be professional, it's only 1% of who you see play in the league, So if there's 1,000 of them, trust me, it's just 1%, and those are going to probably head to Europe.
No. The players who want to play in the school, they know where to go. There's a professional league and there's a tier 2 league. They have two. There is 28 teams in Jamaica that they can go and continue playing for that period of time. So they know.
Yeah. Well, that too, because a lot of the players will be playing in the Premier League, in the local league. So some of them going, like a lot of the Clarendon College players and Edwin Allen go move right into the Chapelton Maroons, So some of the other players are young. They are, or some of them will play in the leagues in Kingston, in the major, whatever league Kasafa have up there for the ones who are in Kingston and St. Andrew. So, yeah. But it is 5 minutes of time to be added on. We are...
Well, here's Everton Jackson saying about salaries. any player that plays in Jamaica to earn a salary, yeah, you can't tell me say, I mean, why would you do that? You play in Jamaica for a stepping stone, not to earn a salary. There's no salary to be earned here. So if you play in Jamaica to earn a salary, it tells me that you just want to stay in Jamaica. And the problem with that, with a player who just want to stay in Jamaica, is that a lot of clubs not going to pick you because they want players who want to go overseas so they can earn the money. So I think you're kind of reading it wrong, the way clubs are thinking about the game here.
Yeah. So my thing, Shavan, I understand your point, but my point is my big thing is this: the players who want to go professional, when they finish high school, these are like the 18 and the 19-year-old. You're 18, you're supposed to go to Europe. It staying in Jamaica can't be less more than a year. That is my point. So if you stay in Jamaica,
and your point is so correct. So where is the coach coming from? We don't have any coach to develop properly in Jamaica. We don't. No care what any coach tell you. If you have a top talent, that's where they should be headed. So I mean, even if you go to USA, but you know that you're going to move on from there, it's a good idea. We just don't have the ability, neither the facility, the education to develop a top talent to become like a world beater at this moment.
So
remember,
it is.
Talent is not everything. Even with the talent, it won't work.
You guys need to read a book. It's called "Talent Is Not Enough." That's a very good book for you to read.
Talent is not enough. Yeah, talent is not enough.
So South Korea here, we are coming to the end of the first half. 3 minutes so far of 5 minutes added on. So let's see.
I don't like this match for Brazil because they're gonna think that life is easy.
Well, what they need to do is to bring on. I think was that Rafinha or Richarlison with the selfish play that he should have played it across the box, but he tried to go on his own. And I think what South Korea is doing, they have just opened up everything. You realize that they have basically opened up completely.
And every time Brazil get it, Brazil have a chance to score, but again, selfish play.
Yeah,
this game could have been dust and dusted by 6 or 7 goals already.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of game management, and that's why I was saying you get your marquee player off the field.
Yeah, but you can listen. What I would do if I were the coach, yeah, like I said, 60 minutes you take them off. You bring on players like your young, hungry players like Martinelli and Anthony. These guys are hungry. They want to score. They want to get on the score sheet. So you bring them on. You bring them on in the 68th minute and you say, just go ahead, run at these players. You understand me? Run at these players. There you go. It is a foul here, free kick for Brazil as we come to the end of this, the first half of this game. But I think Richarlison had a perfect opportunity right there to pass that ball. He went on his own. He could have played it to Vinicius Jr. Neymar and Vinicius were right there calling him. But the keeper did make a very brilliant save to deny him his second goal. But, you have to do the right thing. You're leading, you have to do the right thing. And this is where you don't want indiscipline to creep in your play. Big up that connector, Nitro, BI strong, up. All right, that is halftime. Go ahead, Coach Sweeney.
Let me just answer what Everton is saying. Everton is saying that some of these players should bypass college. You got to remember, if you go and play a good Division 1 or Division 2 college program, you can also get yourself back into the pro level. All right. Okay, when you play in the ACC and all these big conferences, honestly it's 4 years of playing at a basically a professional level run university. And if you go to these schools and you stamp your class, you're gonna be having a chance to play in MLS. So college is a two-prong where you get an education, but you also can, if you get in the right scenario, you can get yourself back into the MLS also. And also now the Canadian Professional League is building up. So they're going to be a thriving league also coming up very, very soon. They have 8 clubs right now, but they're looking to get up to at least 16 clubs sooner, very soon. I think next year they go up to 10 clubs.
Right. So Everton is the same point I'm trying to make. The choice when a person goes to college, he has a plan and a B plan. It's not one plan. When he plays professional football, he has one plan. So if he goes to college, he has a plan. Not to mention, if you are good, you get college for free. And that's just like 3 plans right there. So that is why the players here want to go to college. They say, oh, we can go into MLS after I finish college. I have a degree. I go into MLS and I get my college, everything paid for free. And that is why there's no, in my mind, there's no two-way about what I would prefer to do. The only way I'll play professional football is if I am not good enough to get into college. But I digress. So for the first half, Brazil is leading 4-0. 10 shots on goal, 6 on target. As against South Korea, 4 and 3 on target. They are position at 58%. So they're not concerned about position really. South Korea 45. Their passing accuracy is good though. 88% is against 85% for South Korea. Was fouled 6 times to Brazil, 1 3. South Korea has a 1 yellow card, 3 times offside, and both teams share 4 corners. So and Brazil was on the board early, 7, 13, 29, 36. They just kept on hitting the target regularly. So this is a game that is done and dusted. It's just a matter of how far Brazil will win by. They beat South Korea in everything. Defensive, offensive. All the players seem to be superior to the South Korean player on a one-to-one basis. And you know, people are talking about the duels now. Can you win a duel? Brazil is winning every duel. South Korea will be minded to just go back inside and try to keep it quiet for the second half, because if they come out the same way, it's gonna be the biggest victory for a long time in the round of 16.
Yep. What say you, Coach Swaby? And then we'll get back to some of the comments in the comment sections. Keep on sending them, but we need to get Coach Swaby's reaction to the first half action in this Brazil versus South Korea. Go ahead, Coach Swaby.
Not a lot I can say about the performances. I just think at this moment Brazilians have to be very careful and stay on topic and don't get drawn into side stuff, because this game is basically in the bag already. So people need to be smart and just keep doing what they need to do by sharing the workload, right? I must say, look at all 4 goals, and all 4 goals are separated by 7 minutes, 6 to 7 minutes. The 7th minute, the 13th minutes, and then a double up on 14 minutes between the second goal and the third goal. But the third goal and fourth goal again is 6 to 7 minutes again, where Brazil have done enough to close this game out. I repeat what I said earlier. I know you don't agree, management, but I think the Brazilian coach should take off Neymar, take off a couple of players who he can get other players in and revitalize the team to go out and stretch this Korean team. Winning by 8 and 9. Hold on, coach. Sorry about
that. Yeah, man. All right. So, Coach Swaby, Rottweiler, making some sounds in the background.
Sure is a Rottweiler.
No. That sounds like a Shih Tzu or a poodle.
No, man, you guys crazy. My Shih Tzu in my house. Come on. No. My daughter, he's my daughter coming in from school, and he loses his mind when that happens. That's okay. Yeah, so like I was saying, brother.
Yes, I wrote to the dog named Rex.
No Rex. No Rex one time in Jamaica, but no Rex. No, right. No, but what I was saying, man, is, Brazil is in a position right now where, if you ask the Brazilian coach before the game that, hey, you're going to have 4 goals at halftime, how would you manage the game afterwards? He would say, hey, perfect for me because then I can protect some of my players from themselves. We said it earlier that Neymar is going to be Neymar. He's going to get on the ball and I wanted some stuff just right before the halftime. You saw they gave him a ball in the box 1v1. All he had to do was pivot to his right and put the ball in the back of it, and he tried to do a fancy trick behind. You as a coach now need to protect the player from himself because you know who the player is, right? So I just think that managing the game now, because you have so many goals and your team is sound defensively, put the emphasis back on Korea to come out and try to change things. All right, you can bring players in with, Brazil have quality players where they can put players on the field who the standard might drop a little bit or they might play a little bit differently, but it's not going to hurt them long term, right? He's not going to hurt them long term. So
yeah. Good point. We're gonna come to some of the comments in the comment section. So let me but before we do that, let me just say this. I think I'm coaching South Korea. I'm down 4. I'm saying, listen, the next goal that is scored, we must score it. Right? We may not get back into the game, but let us ensure that we don't concede again. Right? I still think that the coach need to give Neymar a little bit more time because he has been out. So out, like I said, 55, 60 minutes, let him come back out second half, run again, pull him out. I wouldn't take him out immediately. You understand me? Because you don't want to send a signal to the South Korean that I'm done with this, because that may motivate them like, oh, you're disrespecting us. So bring back out your same team to let them know. Work on the psyche of your opponent. Let them realize that, oh, these guys take it seriously. They're coming out with their strongest team. And then you pull them out, 10 to 15 minutes in the second half. And I'd make like 3 changes at that time. And then in the next 10 minutes, I make 2 more. So I make 5 changes to kind of bring in some of the other players. You understand? The players who are hungry, because there's quality replacement. That's the only thing I would do, because if I'm playing a team and then halftime they take off their 5 or 4 players, I also come out and say, oh, so you're disrespecting me. All right, let me start putting in the tackles. Let me start getting back a goal at you and see what you would do. So go out 10 to 15 minutes, manage the game. All right, Bob, your day is done now. Come on, sit on the bench. Let's put out these players. That's how I do it. But I do understand the concern you have with the injury that Neymar is suffering, that you may want to do it right away.
No, I understand you.
Yeah.
And I think that's another way of doing it also. All right. So there's no major disagreement in our strategy. It's just that you would give him more time and I would take a little bit of time off. That's it.
Yeah. All right. So listen, for the question with the football stuff locally, when Mr. Speed come, he can just pick those up out of the comment section and he will go with them. Right. I see one here. Martinelli for Neymar, Everton saying, for the panel, what semi-final matchup are you seeing at this stage? I am seeing, that for some reason, I think this Dutch team is going to get, for whatever reason, I just feel like Argentina are too reliant on Messi. And I feel like this Dutch team defensively solid. And that guy called Depay is a good player. And that's where I am, I have some,
But you could say the same thing. I could say the same thing also for the Dutch, being so reliant on Depay. He's not scoring a lot of goals, but he sets up a lot of things also on his man. I think that game is probably going to be the best matchup for the quarterfinal round. All right, with the England France being the second most attractive from names. I I think if Argentina can keep getting back to where they were confident-wise, I think they can, get past this Dutch team. Not easily, but they can control proceedings. Excuse me 1 second.
Yeah, now that Mr. Speedy is back. Sir Speedy, there are many comments that are directed at you. So you can pick up whichever one you want and respond to them before the game
I won't pick up
restarts.
any of them, but as you quite rightly said about the match at hand, yes, most coaches doesn't like to make changes at the break because the opposition could adjust quickly if they see that that's going to happen. The coach still could shout instruction to a couple of players. What they try to do is make the changes during the play when it's harder to coach. So I agree with you in starting him back in the second half and then you make your decisions after that. I think what is more disturbing to me in Brazil, there's a lot of occasion when Neymar could have actually passed the ball to somebody else in a better position to score, and he hasn't. He did the selfish thing. Now, when you can do that, no, but when you're playing top quality team, if you're playing say France and you get 2 of those passes to make good of it and you don't because you're selfish, they might never come again. And that is what is the most worrying thing here for me. But what do you say to a team that is leading 4 over half time? It's the hardest team to coach.
Listen, and this is my so I say listen, you guys, I have some hungry players. You saw how Martinelli was aggressive. You have 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes to extend this or keep it because I'm pulling you out and I'm putting in these hungry players because I have Croatia coming up. And that's it.
Right. But how do you get angry at a team that is leading 4?
No, I'm not. I'm not angry. I am just challenging them. I'm challenging them.
But Neymar need to be pulled one side and say, listen, when you see pass, you make it. You can't be selfish because, as I said, against good team, as the competition gets harder, whenever there's an opportunity to do the right thing, you have to do it because you won't get those chances twice. And that is the problem I'm having in Brazil now. Richarlison did it too. He could have stuck the ball inside. He decided to go at it because he wanted to build up his stats. Yeah. That's not how our team wins a tournament. So you have to make your other players believe that you're going to give them the ball when they're in the better positions.
Big up Coach Minzy said that the professor is at class. Speaking of Neymar, and class is in session. But let me just say this, right? For the bracket so far, so there is England versus France, Netherlands versus Argentina, Brazil versus Croatia. The winner of the Brazil versus Croatia game will play the winner of the Netherlands versus Argentina game. So Brazil will either play the Netherlands or Argentina in the semis, right? And then France, who I think will beat England, will meet the winner of Morocco versus I don't know that bracket. I don't know who going. I'm just kidding.
So if there was a team, if there was a match that you should be very wary of, is the England France match. You know why? They're actually the 2 nearest countries to each other. They even share an underground tunnel. So if you know what they say about derbies, that is the one that
England versus France.
It's gonna be very close.
No, listen, but Brazil versus Argentina. Remember what happened in the qualifier with the game being called out because of the COVID play and all of those things.
I'm saying, but those they will meet in the semis. I'm talking
quarterfinals. Okay.
Right now, So that and they know each other very well. England actually have the better league too. So I think that's much gonna be closer. But I will go with the country that is used to resisting than the country that depends on 2 banks of 4. So I'm still gonna go with France because I think Mbappe is probably the best player in the world, the most impactful player in the world now. Let me just fix up my argument. And I think he's gonna be a handful. He's gonna be 2 handfuls. That's what that is.
Yeah, because it's kind of funny because it's Spain and Portugal meet like that connector is saying. It's kind of going to be the same thing. Almost the same they're kind of very.
Just to let you guys know, there's another brilliant save by Allison again. Again, hands down. It's just what we do. One of the best investment a top club made in the last 25 years. Look at this save.
Which club? Which club you're talking about?
The greatest English club ever, Liverpool.
Oh, I didn't know.
Challenge it. Let me hear.
We got fresh gun. All right, so people, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Mr. Speed. And
let me ask him if he thinks Klopp should get fired by now.
No.
Why? No, man. Klopp is a coach at a really rate. Why?
Absolutely not. I think the issue this year was
Pep should be fired.
Why?
If him don't win Champions League.
You're nitpicking now. But it might go with some sometime, but just shut up.
So I want to tell the people that were talking about the players to put them in some camp. First of all, no parents is going to let you take their kids out of school and put them in camp. This is Jamaica, right? That's one. Second, there's a thing in Jamaica. There's a thing called economics in Jamaica. And some of the best people at economics is not the guy who work at BOJ. You know? It's really some of the people in the country that have a little bit to survive on, but they do survive. So everybody, you have home economics. You have people who know about economics when they're cooking. So everybody practice that.
Yeah.
So it transcends itself all the way up. So for the JFF to take some kids, it's not a team. The JFF is responsible for a national team. Under 15, under 17, under 20, and senior and Olympic, both male and female, for them to take their money. And it's not those teams they're preparing to prepare some other players. It just don't make economic sense, people. Just think about it. It's not economics.
I think the first time I was on I Am Sure Sport, management and I had a conversation about that because someone did pose that question again to me and ask my opinion. And I tell them that the federation job is not to put players in camps. Right? The federation, that's not the federation. The federation job when it comes to camp is preparation for international tournament. Those camps, if you're gonna say a camp per se, is for the clubs to create something where they can have that financial support to do that, right? To have a group, a pool of players that they're developing constantly, and we're still not in that place yet where we can do that and feel comfortable yet. Not yet.
Well, I just went the economics route because I know everybody understand economics, because nobody here would be spending their money on something that they're not going to get anything from.
Yes.
Nobody. And that's it. That's it. That's it for the answer. You don't need any more answer. Why would I spend money on a so for instance, I carried 5 schoolboy players with me go to the Caribbean Championship, right? 3 of them don't even play for the club anymore. That could be a bad investment. I wasn't being good. Maybe the board should have fired me from the club because what them go to college, right? Them go to college. That's how it is. Not a good investment.
But again, after 4 years, if they want to come back to Jamaica and play, I think they can still find a way to get back into your.
No, but I wouldn't own those players again because they are free agents. They could go anywhere.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if they were to come back to Kingston and find roots in Kingston by getting a job, right? And I wanted to play for you, a job that gives them the flexibility to still play professional football under the time. I'm still, because they're Cavalier players, right?
Well, that's not a professional footballer doing one who works, so it wouldn't work for me. That's not a professional footballer who works somewhere else and have a next boss. Every professional footballer have one boss, and it's the club. So again, I tell you, and when I see the development in the colleges, a lot of them play for 2 months a year. It's just not enough to develop the right way. That is why a lot of them don't become professional.
I don't know.
So bad economics.
And that's part of the reason why the US have issue qualifying for the Olympics, because the players get to the same spot every time in the 68 minutes, and the whole focus goes sideways because when the qualifiers are being played is in the springtime, and that's the downtime for college footballers.
Right.
You know, so and they're trying their best to change that. They say by 2024 they're gonna split the season up with the fall and the spring, right? So they're gonna play 9 or 10 games in the fall, and then play the rest in the spring, which would stretch the season out and make it more of a quality league now. But there's a lot of pushback.
No, Chevron is a good question. Nothing wrong with the question. You don't have to apologize. It's just that we have to understand how national federation work, how clubs work. So a national federation is supposed to have regulations in place to guide development. So they are the ones who are supposed to have the regulations in place to guide the development of the players, because everywhere in the world, in every country, nobody is the Liverpools, right? And the Arsenal and the City and the Chelsea. Those are the ones who actually ensure that no talent is lost. Not the English FA. They are the ones who go and search and find and develop, knowing full well only 2% of them going to be professional players, but they spend the money on the academies. Have how much teams them have each? Like 9 teams each, and some have 10 teams, just to get 2 players that they don't have to buy. And sometimes they still have to buy players and don't even get 1 player come through the ranks in a decade. So, but what they do in England and other developed countries is, I don't know if they even mandate it, but every club just believe that they have to have that development process, and they do it. You know, they have all of these teams that play under 23 Champions League, under 20, and get the players the experience that they need. Yeah, under 17 Champions League. So
you know, it's something similar to the youth system here, where you have the MLS Next and you have the ECNL, and the MLS Next is supposed to, quote unquote, supposed to be the league for the youth players to get into the professional ranks, right? And
but when a player,
no, so when you have,
I was saying that when I play, so we have this mistake that even a player that plays for the national team, his preparation starts when the JFF call a camp. No, the JFF is supposed to make sure there's regulation in place so that player start preparation from there about 12 by playing the best against the best, elite player against elite player, making sure the environment is good enough for the clubs that they play for, encouraging clubs to travel overseas, which they do, and play against their peers. And then that is how the preparation starts.
Some criteria to the curriculum being standardized across clubs from that perspective, so they stay, not hands-on, but in a situation where they understand where the player should be, or the markers that they should hit. But
so for instance, they shouldn't allow any team in the top tier professional team not to have at least 4 other teams. So at least what would happen if 14 teams had under 15 team, 14 times 15, you're talking about you're sure that 14 times 15, you'll be sure that there's 210 under 15 players playing all the time. Sorry, what am I saying? 14 times, it will be 14 times 25 each squad. So you're talking about you'd have 350 under 15 players playing all the time. And then if you did that to under 13, under 17, under 20, you would have that amount of players being developed through, so the national team could pick from there. And that is all they have to. So now we make these rules, but nobody follow them. That is really the problem. So, for instance, Cavaliers is the only professional team that have a female team. Nobody else have a female team. Every other female team is not a Premier League club. It's another liquor club that don't have the organization, etc. So you see what happened? So no club should be able to play in the Premier League unless they have a woman team. None.
And you and I know that if there's a qualified coach out there, right, and you say, hey, I don't have any place for you to coach on the male side, but you're going to coach the women's side, some people might think that that's a demotion somehow because you're going to coach women's soccer,
Right.
our women's football, which is just, again, it's an ego-driven thing, right? But
Right.
so
that is how you get the guys, the good players, active right throughout. It's just for us to reinforce the regulations.
that's it.
So like if you have a academy and you register as an academy, or we have academy rules now, they have to train 3 times a week for X amount of time per occasion. You can have more than 20 in this group, 20 in that group. You see those rules, once they are enforced, you will get the development going.
There you go.
Because all the kids now that play in the schoolboy league would have to register, would probably register in an academy if they like football. Remember, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah.
And then those are the rules. If we enforce them, I think that will enable us to develop the players along the line that we want. So you had teams like Aberview, Cavalier, Portmore. Now you have Kingston. A lot of teams actually go overseas and play the game. And play. So that helped the development.
Brazil came out with, I think, the same team. They're following management script.
I know that, man.
Still hunting in packs, management.
Well, it's management team,
Yeah, management team, man.
Yeah, in the 68th minute, you're going to see the changes, man. You're going to see the changes as well. I think Rafinha is going to probably stay on because they want Rafinha to score. So they're going to probably pull Neymar, Vinicius Jr., and Paqueta as well. So those probably are the first set of changes they're going to make.
Why would they pull Paqueta? He's having a good game.
Yeah, because he scored and he's having a good game. Those would be the changes I made because you want to bring on Fred. They normally play Fred, so they are going to bring on Fred. The coach really respect Fred, So Fred is going to see some game time. I mean, this coach head, I know how he thinks, I've been following from the qualifiers and all Copa America and those things,
Well, a lot of people have questioned why Fred is even in the squad, but he plays him constantly, so
coaches always have these players, that no matter what, when they're going to war, they bring certain players with them, and we can't understand it, but they know why. Alex Ferguson had them.
Like Daniel
Look, Daniel's a wild man. See, all the dance routine, he's the one create them, and instruct them how to dance.
I think he's probably there though because Brazil could carry 26.
And he's not, overall, you've never heard anything bad about him, his personality. So I don't think it's a harm to the team to do that.
Yeah, and I think also they believe that they can win the World Cup. He has not won that title, and I think that's what they want him to win.
Yeah, he's a winner, though. He's a true winner. He has won everything at least 2 or 3 times in his football.
Yeah, but I don't care what people. I don't care what people want to say. For nations like Brazil, and these players, winning the World Cup is more important to them than winning Champions League. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's different.
What do you mean by the Brazilian then? You didn't hear what the great Lionel Messi said?
Huh?
You never hear the quote from Messi?
What did Messi say?
That he'll swap his world title of the year, the 6 of them, for 1 World Cup medal.
There you go. So for a lot of these players, they value winning the World Cup more than any other.
Everybody. No,
well, I don't know if it's everybody still.
Really?
Like nations who probably their club, their nation probably can't win the World Cup. They probably don't think that way.
No, but they still prefer to win it than win champions. The thought that you're saying.
Okay. Get what you're saying. Yeah, man.
Hey, management. The Everton Jackson. Yes, I'm familiar with AAU, travel basketball. I know that. I'm very much familiar with that.
Well, Shaban is not. So the funds isn't there, because if the clubs know that they can't play in the Premier League unless they have all of these teams playing in our league, they have better all of them find the funds to do it. It's because they know that it's not being enforced. Why they don't? That's the difference.
Well, let me ask you a question now, Rudolph. Is that partly because of the league not doing it? Because you can't
No,
beat
it's
JFF.
no. That's
That's the
JFF.
league.
It's JFF would have to enforce and say if you don't play, you're not playing in the Premier League. But those rules are there,
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
It's
Just
not
wanted to
being
know
enforced.
because um, like the FA in England is not the body that rules over the Premier League. Them can advise them, but they can't really tell them that they have to do something. It's more of the Premier League telling the club that you have to do this. So I didn't know that the
No. Why you think that? I don't think you're correct, but you can advise me when you research. Let me tell you what.
Yeah.
In the football is the prerogative of the member association of FIFA. So the Premier League is really for them. What they would have done, in my knowledge, is that they would have given them the right for
Here you
commercialization.
go. Substitution for Brazil, number 13. Dani Alves coming on for
Jesus.
number 14. Eder Milito. Yeah, there you go. Good change that is because they don't have an ex right back. So you get him out, you get on Dani Alves. If anybody's going to be injured, let it be Dani Alves, not Milito.
Man, you're callous.
and you say with that straight face,
Look, continue Mr. Speed.
with that straight face.
No, right. So, like in Jamaica, the JFF gives the Professional Football Association Limited a 3-year right to market and commercialize the league. So they can take it back at any time they want. And I suspect it's the same thing with all the federations. They would have given the EPL the rights to commercialize the league. But with that right, there's catch. They will tell you that they want certain things happen. They doesn't give it to you like that. But because the English league is so concerned with development themselves, because they want the development for the betterment of the club. So
Yes.
for instance, remember, just give you a good example. So Mount Pleasant probably spent 20 million buying players this year. I didn't have to spend $1 because I go to my youth. So a lot of English clubs see the idea of just going to their youth system to see if there's anybody there before they spend 100 million to buy a player that they probably have. So that is how these professional clubs overseas look at the game. So nobody don't have to encourage them to do development, because they understand they're spending maybe 4 million a year for development. I mean, that's like one player they buy, and that is why they do it. So I think it's similar all over the world. It is the FA who hold the rights for the league. It is, but they will farm it out to different bodies to run it, to commercialize it and get it profitable. But the development side is things that they will insist on. But most people not going to give them that problem with the development side because they see the benefit in it themselves.
South Korea making a change as well.
Got you.
I see, Shavan. I don't know where the conversation was, but Shavan trying to explain some Everton Jackson thing there. Foul just on Casemiro. Still yet not seeing the household changes that we expected from the Brazilians. But let's see.
So Shavan is true. The AAU system, ours is a little different, but that is what we should have. For 6 months, we should be playing all of these age groups competition for the in different brackets. Elite play against elite, grassroots play against grassroots for 6 months. That is what we're trying to establish here, but it just don't take root. The rules are there, it just don't happen. But Sportsmaster only did it for under 19. Now we have under 13, 15, 17, and 20. We need to do all of them.
Not a lot to say. Still, Brazil lead by 4 goals to 0. This is where you need changes because the game is just, just slowly dying a slow death here. I think the coach now needs to make 3 substitutions at this time. All at the same time. Neymar needs to go out. Paqueta needs to go out. Richarlison needs to go out. Those 3 need to come out right now, and then you keep the other change for any eventualities or issues. So it is
Brazil
now.
is basically just time with South Korea.
Yeah, and that is why I think they need to, because you're time with them, you need to make the changes right now. Big up Fresh God
Let me
as
see if the
usual.
referee when play this 9 minutes more. This boring game. Because Brazil spent a lot of time celebrating. So
Well, that was the first half. No goals have been scored in the second half, so they can't really add time from the first half to the second half. Again, if you're watching people and this is your first time, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Want to thank all our new subscribers. So many of you have joined the platform since the start of this World Cup. We really appreciate you joining the I Am Sure Sports family. We have many interesting things coming up for you tomorrow. We'll be talking with Mr. Robin Fraser. He's a head coach over there at Colorado Rapids in the MLS. And he's going to be talking about some clinics that he'll be doing here in Jamaica. Want to remind you about the Rosse's High School Brosis activity happening. On the 16th and the 17th. Oh, look at Allison. With a fantastic save. South Koreans trying to get away in, but Allison is having a magnificent day. He insists that nobody is going to score on him. It's 4 up, and he's still putting on a goalkeeping clinic here. I think he should be the man of the match. He has put in some fantastic saves in this game. Under immense pressure, flying to his right and parrying that one. Powerful shot. The South Koreans have not given up. They must be saying to themselves, where did they find this goalkeeper? Oh my word. Yeah.
Like I said, best in the world. All right.
So Roberto Carlos, Cafu, Ronaldo, and Rivaldo all sitting together.
those would be the legends.
Yes, from the 2002 World Cup. This is where
I thought Rivaldo didn't go on as as he should.
Well, he had a good time at Barcelona. It's just that,
He disappeared at about 27.
Listen, that is why you have to be careful where you go and play now, because I am telling you, you're at Barcelona sometimes, you don't get recognized because there's quality all around. I think sometimes you better be the big fish in a small pond, because you go to the ocean, you get lost with the rest of big fish.
No fish thing around here.
No fish thing.
No.
You better be the kid amongst the other kids, because you go around the boat and you're not a Nubian, you look ordinary.
Is your baller coming off now?
I think they need to take out Neymar,
Richarlison. No?
Yeah, there you go. 2 substitutions. Let's see who is coming out. I think you're taking out Neymar, and they're probably taking out. There you go. You have to bring him out. Don't take this free kick. Bring him out. 78th minute. That must be the plan. With Jamaica, you have to be so careful with your language. No big, my name said no big fish, big player. I have to.
So Brazil is now down to 23 players, the right amount of players they should have brought in the first place.
I heard some rumor that Ryan Sterling came home because of a fight. I'm wondering if all of this is true. I'm confused.
Why they broke into his house?
Huh? Yeah, that's what I heard, but I heard that there was a fight with him and Luke Shaw.
What the fuck? Well, it's possible.
So I don't know if both things happened or one was a smoke screen.
Did Luke Shaw play last game?
Yeah, he played.
Did he start? So I would assume that's fake.
So number 2 is out. Oh, they're pulling out a defender. They're pulling out. Oh,
So why they don't give the boss arrested?
You know what happened? Though Vinicius Jr. also coming, you know that Daniela was also injured. So they're bringing on Bremer, who is a centre back. So you can tell that they're trying to keep the 2 wing backs they start with, because remember Daniela was not supposed to play either. He's out injured.
Yeah. So I'm just going to say to you, you see, don't watch our team set up. That don't mean that's how they play. So they could put 3 centre half in there.
That's what I'm thinking, but they probably they're going to go ahead.
And then when the game start, the natural wing back would keep going forward, and the centre half just put defend the back 3 in the main. So don't worry about all the So most coaches, once they see them have to use a centre half instead of a wing back, they know him not go forward. They understand his capabilities and and what he can do from what he cannot do. So they just push up the other wing back, and then they use 3 at the back like a 3-prong centre half. If you look at what they're doing now, that's a 3. You see the 3?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what they're doing. That's what they were doing with Militao. When Militao was out there, they were playing like 3 at the back, really.
Yes, and Daniel Alves now push all the way up like a winger, but that's deliberate.
Same thing Germany did also in the first game.
Yeah. France tried it when they put Kamavinga, or was it
Germany have a problem because they have a madman here, Rudiger, going at the back, so they have a big problem.
Man, them call Rudiger Wiley, man.
KW Media. You see that statement, boy, your Nev is at MLS Academy from was 8 now, and he hasn't allowed to play for a school or any form of recreational football.
All I'm saying to you people, like a lot of you, when you have your kids, you're gonna send them go high school and tell them to go college. You think me? I don't care. Let me tell you this. I not care when none of you want set on send phone to pick me a college. A college my son them I go to. And if they want to play football, then play football.
Yes.
So when we talk to the youth them, a lot of the youth them, where right now where I have one of my wings where a big ball of them in the Dakar stack up. A college them want go.
Exactly.
And them say, well, may I try to play some ball to go college. We tell us here under 1% want to be professional footballer.
And even if them come and play professional football, them say them now sign a contract. Once them tell you that, you know exactly what they mind.
So that me I tell you because when you all have your kids, you want them to go college.
Yes. So people kids to go to play football when college is a plan A and a plan B and a plan C.
College, you can if they can't make it in a college football, then that is it, man. You stop. You could be whatever you want. Run your own business or something.
Yeah.
That's how me see it.
And you get free tuition, free everything, free books, free everything. There's no better deal going on now for a footballer than go to college.
Why would you not do that? Why would you not do that? Why would that not be your first, your number 1, number 2, or number 3 option?
Exactly.
Listen, let me tell you guys this. Even in the United States, more than 90% of the footballers go to college. More than 90% of them go college.
And I was telling somebody about the stats. Even if you look at the players that come here and represent Jamaica, I know somebody going to start making noise now. But a lot of them, they don't kick on and go to professional. They come here, them get the recognition them as an international player. And then when we inquire about them again, they go to college. That's it. Yeah. You know, that's how it is.
South Korea got one back.
Yep.
Yeah. This what happened. The entire defense has changed. So that is what you're gonna find happening.
So them looking at each other and say them find a weakness now. Them can come back.
What a goal. Very good strike. That's a brilliant strike.
The first ball that served in though should have been offside.
That's a brilliant strike though.
Yep, they're all offside.
They're all offside. Hey, it took a deflection also.
Yeah, it took a deflection.
Yeah, brilliant strike though. Brilliant strike. Have to give credit to that. But that's what happened. Are they gonna call it back?
Yeah, man, it's offside. No, they're not calling it back. Nope. Not calling it back.
I guess because the Brazilians won the header.
Yeah.
And they had control of it. Yeah, took a deflection as well. But brilliant strike, you have to give credit.
They're not calling it back. It's a goal.
Yeah, man, they gave the goal.
That's why, but the other day, I don't know. That looked like they should have called it back.
So that's why I can understand with the offside rule because the players were
they called back one the other day for the similar.
For the same
thing.
The goal that when name score from France, Griezmann.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah. Similar thing.
So this is when also you take off Neymar, because Neymar in this part of the game is going to be a liability to your team, because he's not going to be tackling. You're not really springing players forward, so he's caught in that in between.
And look where it comes for the ball.
No, man. All right, so KW Media and Shavan, I am not really challenging you guys' pointing. I'm just saying, I talk to the footballers, and let me tell you personally, I tell all of them that I talk to, go to college. Any footballer I meet, me I tell him to go to college. If him don't want to, that's up to him. But me I tell them to go school. Because the people who want to watch them all go to college. The people who come on these platforms all go to college and have them degrees. So me I tell the youth them, go and get a degree. Let the people them who want to play professional football, let them leave what them doing and come and play it. You make sure you get a degree. That's why I tell the youth them. Any one of them. So that is your first choice. No, some of them can't do it, because they are not at the place. And you say, listen, try to work on getting out of Jamaica. That's step enough. Don't wait on Jamaica to develop you. Try find a way to get out of here. And not disrespecting Jamaica, but we don't have the things to develop them to play at the elite level where them can get a 70, 80 million dollar transfer. We don't have those things. Brazil have a 17-year-old that is 70 million, 80 million, 60 million. And that kind of money. Nobody not paying them kind of money for you playing in Jamaica.
I remember some scouts came here from the US and we played a game and then run come and said they wanted that player, an international player too. And then I said, okay, send me the offer. And when them sent it was 2,000 US, and people, I'm not lying, 2,000.
Almost a second goal there for Korea. Almost a second goal, but Allison with the save again. Was he offside? I think he was offside.
Allison have to make 5 saves. I'm not impressed right now. So far, Allison had to make about 5 brilliant saves.
Yeah, there's a shocker coming next. Wait, there's a shocker coming next. Listen, I just tell you, he subs out Allison before he subs out Neymar.
Well, Neymar is coming now.
Yeah, Allison happily come off the field, and Neymar looked like he didn't want to come off.
You know what they're doing? They're giving the goalkeeper was never kept. He has not kept yet an opportunity. You notice not Edison not coming on his Weaver on the local goal. This is a good move. So it is a local Brazilian goalkeeper that bringing in the goal.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Because he's the only. You see, Neymar don't want to come off though.
Yeah, I saw that.
Why would he? I don't have a problem with him not wanting to come off, but that's not him at the boss. It's okay if he don't want to come off, but that's not him at the boss.
Yeah,
it's fine. I want players who don't want to come off.
No, listen, again, Shavan, I am not contending with you, because you have a point. I am saying to you, the youths that I deal with, you see the youths that I deal with, when I buck up on the youth them, first thing we start asking about them subject. A college me want them go. In this hemisphere, that me I tell them. I am telling them to go to college, or like RNR says, get a trade where you can be highly qualified to survive in a third world country like Jamaica. You need super qualification. You can't get. Hey, let me tell you this. Go on the juicy party and them place there. You have to have subjects and do tests. Go to the hotel them. You have to have certification and degrees. That is what I tell you them. Because under 1% of the world population turn out to be highly paid professional footballers. Under 1% of the world population.
No, not 1% of the world population. 1% of footballers. Under 1% of footballers are two different things.
All right. Under 1% of footballers. There you go. Let's put it that way.
So when a kid is in Europe, Shaban,
it's a different thing.
You remember in the USA they have 1,800 professional players. That's the last count I saw about 2 years ago. It could be a little bit more now, but the last count I saw, the big USFA had 1,000 professional players. Even Mexico have 10,000 professional players. So you can just understand why a kid would prefer to go professional in Mexico than even in the United States, because there's more opportunities. When you go to Europe, that's a whole different ball game. Almost every single country in Europe have some type of professional setup. So yes, a kid will easier see himself having a life there, getting a job as a professional player and earn enough money that he probably say he will wait to go to college, wait until later to go to college. So that's a big difference between us. In Jamaica, we have 360 professional players, but none of them are really professional because they don't get enough to live comfortable or think about retirement wages. So we don't really have no professional player in Jamaica. So it's the economics of it. Why a kid would even bother think about it. If we stay at Jamaica and play football, I even go US and say them all play football instead of go to college.
And I'm saying that as a person who played, at the Premier League level and got money, so we can tell you. I can tell you why, and also have a college, have degree.
The KW made I agree with you. She said, personally, I will always say college. Even my nephew college is still a must.
Yeah.
This person, even the nephew, they must send a college, not even their kids.
Yeah, man. In this culture that we, if you're in Europe, it's a different thing. Listen, if you're in France, obviously, if you're in France in one of those nice academy and get spotted, completely different thing. Completely different thing. You understand me? At the same time, though, they are. I think. Let me just take this one again. Still 4-1, with around 6 minutes to go in this game. But it's a very good conversation why we deal with this one. Is saying that my only point is that if the football's salaries are higher, it would be an inducement for them to stay and play local football. No. But I agree with you, Everton. I agree that if right now I am telling you, if when I was playing football, me da bring home at that time $100,000 a month would have good. So what this? When we just start playing, right? They are college. You know how much the team when me there I give you 2,500 Jamaican dollars. If we don't get 100,000 them time, man, then a straight football. So I agree with you.
I tax them on that.
I can. So you know what I did? Almost every day we play a corner league Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We play night. We play everything, so we can add up the money. So you start hustle football, which means that the whole idea of professionalism is gone. Because you get lick here and you have to come at your club, come pretend like say at your club you get the lick and all of them things there.
That was, Mr. Speed, that was travel allowance at Kurt Line.
And we never know say that Stent used to go on with Stent.
We used to travel and go Westmore and go play Corner League. Stop on the way coming up. You know,
So,
St. Elizabeth.
I have a player who I will not name. One day, I went to play a match in Westmoreland. I think we were playing against him. So there was one of my player now. A girl come over to him, man. Hey, I can't call up your name. And I said, so where you know him from? She said, him. How you the boss, don't you? I said, him by the boss. I said, when he come in, mash up the place. Down at Westmoreland, I play Canada League now. Westmoreland, you know? Frank Kingston.
Yeah, man, Temple Hall and them place. I'm going to play for your place name long. We go all over go play, brother. Yeah, that's that way. But so, it's tough, man. It's tough.
Right. So the truth is, the economics, even though we're doing much better at Premier League now, the economics is not here to pay professional players any more money unless the only way they can pay more if they start to sell players overseas. And as I've told you before, what is happening with the players when they try to get them to sell overseas, most time is free. They go for free.
Yeah.
The agent doesn't want. The agent just want to get the player over there because he's assured of his commission from the player.
South Korean, the South Korean behind the Brazilian backline again, ball played over in the box. Oh, good defending, player down, referee says play on.
I think the Brazilians are bored. That's how they are.
Yeah.
But also, when I look at the stats, I can see South Korean possession has come up to 46%. So what they are doing too is not trying to attack Brazil as frequent as the first half to give Brazil the ball to counter them. They are sitting behind and trying to support pressure. I mean, they want to go home and be able to tell their kids that, listen, Brazil lucky,
Yeah.
And that's why they get them 4-1. If they try to attack them to score, it could be worse. But also, I've seen some indiscipline. Neymar coming all the way back, trying to get that ball instead of staying that dreaded zone 14 and try to receive some ball so he can score more goals. So,
I get everybody else involved in the game. I didn't lose interest in the game, but I'm disappointed in the second half.
Like Mr. Speed had asked, it's kind of very difficult, when your team up 4. What do you tell them at halftime?
Or is the hardest team to coach?
Yep.
Not 4. From it past 3. From it reach 3.
Yeah, but in a league it's different though. In a tournament it's
what a shot! Oh, by Danny Alves. Trying to bring back the oldies, but the goodies, it was blocked and it went over. That was vintage Danny Alves with the acrobatic bicycle kick volley, but it was deflected outside for a corner kick. If that had gone in, it would have probably been one of the goals of the tournament.
Yeah, what I was saying is that when you play in that league, it's very difficult after half the game is over. You have 3 goals, but in a tournament, you can refocus these guys, man. Remember, simply telling them, this doesn't mean you win the tournament if you go out and score 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 goals here. So we got to be smart.
It's tough, because remember that it's a knockout game as well. You score 4, it's tough. You can't, you see, if it was a league game, like if it was in the group stages, it's different because it could come down to goal difference.
Yes.
But at this stage, it's tough because it is knockout. The game is done.
And management, that's the reason why I said what I said at halftime. They should have taken the players out. When you take them out, you put the other guys on.
That's what
I'm saying. Because you said it also, you need these guys who are hungry to go out.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, Coach Sebi, how that works against you, if you pull them out at halftime and South Korea get that goal in the first 10 minutes, everything changes. You have to go back out here and kill off the game. 15 minutes, it's dead. They're not coming back. Then you make the changes. Because if you go back out halftime and make all of those changes and you can see that first goal, You're already in problems.
Yeah, but with 4 goals, it's dead enough. It's dead enough. It's just how far you want to bury them.
You know, take
It's
that
just,
chance in tournaments like
no,
these, though.
man. It's just 4. It's all. Remember, you know, it's not 2 love, you know. A 4 the man there, you know. 4 the man there with a threat of more goals.
All right, let me see hear what Mr. Speed have to say, because you and I are on 2 different sides of the fence. So let's see where Mr. Speed falls. Can't say a lot, Mr. Speed.
No, look here. In a most sports, like you're going to change a fast bowler, you're trying to change him at lunchtime or at the break, right? Because that is the time when coaches can coach against. That's the best time opportunity them have for coach at the breaks. So if you make a couple changes, him still can shout a couple words to adjust him team if him to say you make some changes at the break. So that is why most people they always even start back for 5 minutes. Clive used to be famous with it. No matter how much runs him leading by, him put them back in the field for 10 minutes before him declare. He not declare at the break. So if you are that type of coach, I like that old type of thing that punish you. Even when him have more than enough runs, him say them both for the next half hour, demoralize you. Then management tactic is perfect. If you are the other coach, well, just say, yo, may I cut you short right now. I can't wait. Then Swaybe will be perfect. So it's just a matter of choices.
Yeah,
Me personally is after the old school. Me, I demoralize you first.
Exactly. Kill you out 15 minutes. No hope. And then we make the changes.
But as me in my coaching courses, me tell coach to be yourself. Be yourself. Whatever you think you want to do it. Be yourself. Eventually you will learn, whether you're right or wrong. Just be yourself.
But it's not just a score why I would choose, It's, remember, this lollygagging started right after they scored the 3rd goal, when the selfishness start creeping.
Yeah.
And then it just starts snowball down from there. Because the game,
and then the coach let them trap him and go dance with them and everything.
Exactly.
So he lose it right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, he lose him in exactly.
Yeah.
So you see, if you understand all of the thing about management, then you kind of understand. And as I say, when me do my coaching thing, I'm a teach coach him off a coach. Me tell him all these things, you can, I'm sure if Sir Alex I lead 5 of you now get him a dance.
No, man.
Right. So but everybody different, But the danger where you run. So when I think if you come back out with the same set of players, the player might say, boy, more of the same. I yet me get me not come up so much,
Yeah.
And that is the reason why nobody attack, they just stay back. So as I said before, it's a matter of choice where you want to take. See what works.
The game is officially over on my end. I don't think probably a couple of seconds, then it's gonna go on your side.
Yeah. That it's over here to 90 plus. There's all smiles all around. I hope the person who analyze the game see the weaknesses that Brazil brought after a while and try to iron them out. The truth is, when your goalkeeper the man of the match, you're in trouble. And I think the goalkeeper was the man of the match. The game could have easily be 4-3.
Yes. Yeah, easily 4-3, easily 4-4. He made 4 saves.
Come on for that bush.
All right. So
what are you talking about?
Hold on. Check the saves.
Yeah.
All right. The current keeper made 5 saves.
Yeah. So that if you're gonna calculate all the saves that Alisson made as goal, you have to calculate all the saves the Korean made as goals.
Exactly.
For Brazil. So 5 plus 4 is 9. Go ahead.
Exactly.
9.
Right.
Go ahead now.
Alisson made 5 saves himself.
So that is 9-5.
Yeah, but how many saves the current keeper make? That was
5.
Straight on and goal. 5. It all depends,
5.
He make 5 saves.
In the first half? What are you talking about?
Yeah, yes, Alisson make 1 save in the second half.
But I am saying to you, in the first half, the Korean keeper made 5 saves.
Yes, but what I'm saying is this: he still had to make 5 saves.
No,
saves.
I am agreeing with you, but what you're saying that the Koreans could have scored 5 because you're saying that based on the save that Allison made.
Yes.
I am saying to you, if you use that for Allison, you have to use that for the South Korean goalkeeper as well.
No, we don't have to.
All right, go ahead.
I'm just pointing out that Allison made 5 saves. That's all I'm pointing out.
Allison quality saves was different. Somebody
from the
Brazil
other
saved about straight down the middle.
Yes, straight at the keeper. The keeper did not have to extend himself at no point.
Anything.
Allison
What?
saved. Which one?
Oh, so they're putting up the Pele banner there, you know, Pele not doing so well. They're really celebrating. Oh man, look at that.
Well, Pele daughter, somebody says it's not true that he's dying. She said him catch COVID and him have a lung infection and him treating him for it. She said not true. Saying him dying.
No, you see what they're doing with it? They have a picture of him and the entire team is there taking a picture. I think they're going to send it back to Brazil for him.
No, fine. No, but I'm saying what they say he was on near death care.
Oh.
So his daughter or somebody says it's not true. It's COVID him catch, so him have a lung problem. So that's why.
Yeah, but with COVID at his age, you know.
And he's doing cancer.
He can't die from it, but she's saying it's not that them put him
and you know he has cancer and he's doing cancer treatment as well. Chemo.
Yeah.
That just opened up a whole different can of worms. I'm just hoping that, you know, knock on wood, that he comes through this, you know.
Yeah.
But like I said with the game, second half, the game kind of drag on, and good win by Brazil. It's a good result by Brazil. First half came out, do the job in the first 28 minutes, and you have to give any team that does that against any opposition, you have to give them props, because now they didn't have to work overtime to get this win, and give them a better chance to recover even more for this next game, which is what, 5 days away, 4 days away. 4 days away.
Friday. It's on Friday.
Yeah, so it's 4 days away. They shouldn't have any issues with Croatia, to be honest with you, because Croatia, after playing this long game today, no matter how what kind of system they use to regen, they're gonna have some issues getting, you know, past the 60 or 70 minutes of the game with Brazil playing at this pace that they're playing. So it will be an interesting quarterfinal game, and the way it set up now is that all the games except for the games tomorrow that's gonna play. So far, it looked like a mouth-watering contest all the way through, right? No matter who wins tomorrow, it's going to be, again, quality football. All right, we hope.
Yeah.
But it has not disappointed so far.
Yeah. CC is asking, I am sure Sport, which team ever have the luxury of giving the third string goalkeeper game in a knockout round? So there you go. This bracket over here is finished. Netherlands, Argentina, Croatia, Brazil, England, France, and tomorrow, will it be Spain or Morocco, Portugal or Switzerland? Sir Speed, what say you? Very difficult second half. This is why I couldn't be a commentator, because I would stop commentating in the second half of the game, and probably, Sky Sports would fire me, or ESPN, I want to do station. Maybe Sports Max would kick me out and say that, what are you doing?
It's really a change in tactics. Remember we talked about the meta. When South Korea went in, they knew what was the best tactic available for them to use. So they know that the tactic that they use in the first half, they better not try that one in the second half. So they switched. Brazil had 59% possession at the start of the game. South Korea had 41. At the end of the game, South Korea had 46%, which means if you just use normal, simple average, not the complex average, because some mathematicians can't get some, it means that South Korea had more possession than Brazil in the second half.
In the second half, yes.
That will help you to defend, because defending is not just defending your goal. Defending is also you keeping the ball so that you cannot score. So once South Korea kind of start to have more possession, the likelihood of Brazil scoring 4 goals just went down. So and then Brazil got very indisciplined. Also, they won already, so the tempo is not the same. So they take the foot off the gas a lot, take off the foot off the gas. So Korea actually won the second half 1-0. And that is the reason why the score is where it is. So I am saying South Korea, even although they were behind, I thought they gave up. They didn't expect to win the game again either. So they played more passes, more safe passes, and tried to not to concede, which they were lucky some of the time not to. But I think they did a good, reasonable job in the second half.
What I'll say is that South Korea had a very tough run, right? Because they had Uruguay, Portugal, Ghana, Brazil. Japan had a tough run. Japan had Spain, Germany, well, Costa Rica, Costa Rica beat them. And then after that, Japan played Croatia. Like, these two Asian teams, they're really, you understand me?
I think they ran the most and second most in the World Cup so far now, in a per game. They would have done the most. So unseen sport, that's not nice.
Said they keep them to go play netball. Talking about that.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I would say, like, listen, based on what I've seen from Croatia and Brazil, I just don't see how this Croatian team will be able to contain Brazil.
It's just like I never saw in 2018 how Belgium would be able to contain Brazil. I'm just putting that up here. But I thought I saw some weaknesses in Brazil. The amount of saves that the goalkeeper had to make, world-class saves. The amount of time when they toyed with the opposition, the amount of time Neymar was out of zone 14 when Brazil had the ball. It wasn't.
Yeah, but also some of those shots on Alisson, because like in the first half, 2 of those were shots from like 20 odd yards out, which we have not seen a lot in the World Cup. I think Madrid kicked a shot today, for example, for Croatia, just inside the box. But even with this Croatian team, their goals have not come from shots outside the box. So we have not seen a pattern of teams taking a lot of shots from outside the box, which means you're actually defending well enough. So the keeper have enough time, and it would take an absolutely brilliant strike to beat your quality goalkeeper from 20, 22 yards out, which is what the saves in the first half, especially that brilliant one that Alisson uses left hand to take out of the pigeonhole that you'd call it. That was a shot from 20 odd yards out, which you expect a keeper to see, because your defense has been able to keep the attackers in front. In the second half, a lot of balls were played over the top where Brazil were caught out, and they got a couple of opportunities that Alisson sealed. That to me was really, in my opinion, because the game was done. Because before they got to 4, the shots were coming from in front of the defense. In the second half, they broke behind the defense. And that is probably why I wouldn't be that concerned. I do understand, because I think there's a problem on the side that Militao plays on, Eder Militao, because he's not a right back, he's a center back, and I just think like he's going to be attacked. The thing though is that he's going to struggle because Ivan Perisic plays on that left side for Croatia. So he's going to go up against a very good player.
Well, yes, I hear what you're saying, man, but you just said something. I don't know if you made an error. You say you're not concerned, but then you made a statement of concern. The concern for me in a tournament style like this is that it's not a league where you have a week to digest things. It's a couple of days, a quick turnaround, and to watch the goalkeeper have to come up with so many saves. And you said it. The first couple of shots was from outside the box, and then more shots came from inside the box. It's a lack of focus. Just imagine if the goalkeeper had dropped his level of concentration, what would have happened? Right now, someone in the comments said that's his job. But yes, it's all the players' job to stay focused and do their jobs. And all of
Yeah,
us,
so are you saying that? So what I'm trying to understand, are we saying that a goalkeeper not supposed to make save?
no.
So what is the point then, though?
No, the point what I'm saying is this: the team lost focus after having a comfortable lead.
Yeah, but we agree with that.
Yeah, but championship level teams stay at it. Like we discussed earlier, put your foot in their necks.
We saw it happen with England and Iran. What I'm saying though, in that
we can't really judge Brazil against England. Brazil is a different animal. Brazil is about winning the World Cup. England is trying to win the World Cup. Brazil don't win this World Cup, goes home in shame. England get knocked out the next round, just go home to what they used to going home to. Come on, let's be real now. Let's be real now. We're not gonna mince our words. But what I'm saying is this: if you look at it, the same chances that the players went selfish on was the same chance early in the game they were sharing the ball and scoring the goals. Kill off the game. All they had to do was kill off the game. If they kill off,
but Coach Swaby, here's what I'm saying. There are two ways to kill off. Maybe I'm wrong, but my thing. So there are two ways to kill off a game. I'm leading you by 4. I have a game in 3 days' time against a Croatia.
Yes.
All right. Again, there's two mentality. One, let's go out and be aggressive and try to score more goals. Risk getting injured, or let's go out and contain. Let's be solid defensively. Let's just possess the ball. Be conservative, right? Your opponent has nothing to lose at this point. They're trying to save themselves from shame. Yes. It is natural that a team in that position are going to push higher up and try to get probably more shots and stuff. All right. Now, if I'm going to measure Brazil, I would measure them on the first half when they were clinical. Now, in the first half, it's not that South Korea did not have opportunities, but the first half is a better measurement. South Korea created opportunities by going down the left side, which is Brazil right, coming inside, and 2 times Alisson had to pull off good saves. That is where I'm saying that there is a concern at right back. But I'm not concerned about Brazil play, given what I saw in the first 45 minutes. Because the second 45 minutes, and we said it, what do you tell players? Leading by 4. That's all I'm saying, you know.
Right. So as you know about, they say it's 2 halves. A football game is not 1 game, it's 2 halves, right? So, and I can tell you a lot of teams that played different in the first half from how they played in the second half. A lot of and it is well known fact. So some teams will press in the first half, they don't press in the second half. So the truth is, I have a question sign because they were not consistent through the 2 halves. If you ever see like a Spain team play, they would make 500 passes the first half and 500 passes the second half. That's just consistency.
That's consistency.
And that is what you're looking for in a champion. Oh, they were just too fast for the South Korean in the early exchanges. Fast passing, slip moving, foot speed, everything was ahead. But you have to hope that the Brazilian technical people, the coach, will see these flaws that we some of us seen to man. Yeah. And then after the players them done celebrate tonight, they make them know tomorrow, point out all of them weaknesses, all of what they did wrong, and point out tomorrow, so listen, those can't happen in the next game. I think Brazil have the talent to do it, but somebody have to point it out to them and make sure so they're serious about this thing. Because what can happen now, them believe so them win the cup already, and you know that it's always not a good place to start during that tournament.
Yeah. Because I looked at, for example, again, I looked at the South Korea, the Croatia game where Brazil are going to play. Sosa, who is their left back, was out and they struggled. They struggled down that side against the Japan team. All right. Now, you can tell that the fact that they had to pull out like a Modric and a Kovacic, their two more experienced players, tells you that their legs are weary. Now, there's all kind of recovery things, so we expect that they will recover. But again, with the kind of pace Brazil plays with, I think this going to pose some problems for the Croatians in that game. And seeing is asking Mr. Coach Speed, how you never contain Mount Pleasant. And then Toki Blue, who has no love for Brazil, says, Swaby, I hear many Brazilian fans talk like you last World Cup. And what happened?
Exactly. What happened? They got knocked out.
No, he hates Brazil. Not hate, but him don't support Brazil. The point he's make is that it was when you were talking about confidently about Brazil, he's saying to you that you sound so confident about Brazil, they are going to get knocked out. That is what Toki is saying to you.
No. I think he misread what's happening. I'm being totally objective right now. If I was a Brazilian flag wearer and dude, I'll be screaming, "Here, great win! Let's move on to the next one." But I'm being objective, saying, "Hey, listen, I have some concern about this group lacking the concentration to take this all the way because, yes, they should beat Croatia, but it's not going to be an easy game. Korea is going to show up. Not Korea.
Croatia.
Show up, and they're going to give as much as they can take. Brazil have to go in and earn that win.
All right, so let me remind you. So before you were talking about that, you were talking about Brazil and I think you mentioned England. And so that is a statement. You're basically talking about your love for Brazil. So here he's saying that I am correct. So he's saying to you, because he believes that Brazil will lose their next game. He wanted Brazil to lose today. So he's not talking about your objectivity. He's saying to you, you hype up Brazil and Brazil are going to get knocked out like how they got knocked out in 2018. That's what he said. I think it had to do with that earlier statement.
There's two type of people that watch football. There's the kind that just look for disaster and the kind who want to see the purity of the game. I can tell him this. You cannot compare because you made a statement about Brazil and England. The reality is and the fact are that we can compare both. One is a giant and one is a minnow. Am I lying? Right? Because Brazil going back to Brazil without the World Cup is a failure. England going back to England without the World Cup is just business as usual.
No, man, no. No. The English are. Go ahead. Sorry.
Remember, I don't know if Toki is a person who born after Gilbert, So he probably still don't understand the magnitude of what's happening. One is a giant and one is an ant. I'm not trying to use a hammer to kill an ant. What I'm saying is this: there's two different expectations, right? I understand where the selfishness came from to try and score many goals.
You don't think there's an expectation for England to win the World Cup?
Come on, I've seen England for many World Cups. Remember, this is my 11th World Cup, I've seen England for many World Cups going, acting like they have something. Oh, they're gonna bring. Remember the last one? They were saying we're gonna bring the trophy home. Remember that?
Toki said that he was born in 1969.
All right, so you should know better than Toki. Why are you posting such things? but you understand where I'm coming from, man. It's not just we can't just revel in the win. We have to look at the game objectively, just like you look at the fullback, and yes, we all saw that, but you look at it and you call it out, and it's true, right? So it's the same thing also. When you look at the game, you got to look at the game from an objective standpoint. Once you have that lead, it's now you have to manage it now. And the players got to understand that it's not, a joke of a detour now. It's now you have to be cautious in the way you approach a game. One, you want to not break down defensively. Two, you don't want to start breaking down offensively. Three, you want to make sure that you don't get players injured. And four, you want to walk away from the game having less questions, all right, than more questions about you. You understand what I'm saying? So those four things send a message to everybody else in this. Brazil should have walked away from this game right now, sending a message to everyone that we are here. No matter, this cup is going to go through us. But this second half, the Koreans won the second half. So we can't deny that. Brazil was beautiful to watch in the first 30 minutes of the game. But then the last 15 minutes was left wanting of them being a little bit selfish, trying to outdo the next guy. And then it continues into the second half where the Korean comes out and say, hey, all right, we're not going to open up so much. We're going to, be more conservative in our passing game, build up our passing stats, and ultimately score a goal.
All right, so let me look at because I think one of the things we need to look at, because Brazil had chances in the second half, the keeper mishandled the ball. So let me just get a stat, because one of the stats I need to look at is the big chances created. All right, so let me see. Let me just see if I can find that. Clearances. I like to look at chances created, big chances. All right. So this is what I'm saying, that though the game looked the way it did, there are no big chances created by South Korea. Brazil had 9 and they missed 5 and scored 4. South Korea had don't have them creating any big chances. Big chances like this was supposed to be a goal, but it wasn't. They didn't have any of those.
No, they didn't.
The point I am making is that though Brazil took their foot off the gas, it's not like they were living in danger and there were all of these chances, because South Korea didn't create any quality chances to really score. Their shots were from in front of the Brazilian defense, which really and truly Alice is supposed to save, because that's what he's supposed to do. Brazil had 9, and out of the 9, they only took 4. You understand me? Their pass, Brazil had 90% accuracy, 533 passes, right? Almost 200 more than the South Koreans.
Man, I agree with you 100%. And I'm not disagreeing with you, man. I'm not disagreeing with you. And I don't want the people in the comment to think I'm disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that because this performance in the round of 16 is maybe the most dominant performance so far, right or wrong?
Yeah, I would say that of course, I think like the France versus Poland game, at no point did I think like Poland could win. I didn't see a point in the game where I think like Poland could win, just like today.
Exactly.
I didn't see a point where, oh my God, South Korea could win this. Exactly. I felt like that with the Croatia game. I felt like in the last stages, Australia could have gotten back in the game against Mexico. I didn't feel, for example, like Senegal could win at any point against England. But this one was way, way more convincing.
Yes, but also remember, after the France game, no one could say, hey, the French left us wanting for something more in the second half. We just say, hey, boom, bang, good job by the French. The Poland gave it their best shot, and it was just a French thing today, and that's it to move on. But after watching this game, you're saying to yourself, all right, cool. If Brazil can do this after 4 goals, you don't know. So what I'm saying is that we love the win, we'll take the win, but we have to be very deliberate in how we go out and start heap praises on the team, because again, they lost the second half, all right, and gave up a couple of shots that should not have been given up against, in which Alisson was on top of his game to make the save. Whether it was outside the box or not, it was save that he made to keep the team scoreline looking better than what it would have been if a lesser goalkeeper was in the goal. All I'm saying. Okay. And I'm not, And
but I agree with Coach Steve. England has not won World Cup in 56 years. So while they hope they win, they do not want to get their hopes too high. On the other hand, Brazil go into every World Cup believing they can win. Pepe Paul kind of saying what I am saying. Brazil just wanted to keep possession of the ball in the second half. No need to go out all the way to get players injured. And I just felt like that. I felt like players weren't It's not easy. I see this many times. Let me give you this. I see this many times with City in the Premier League, where City will come out and have a dominant first half, and then in the second half, you're wondering if they're trying to score. You wonder if this team is trying to score. But I think they believe that they have killed off the game and stuff. So it's a very, very difficult when you know your quality is way higher and better than your opponent, and you're already gone forward. It's such a difficult time to coach and to manage players, and for players to be eager and gung ho and flying in and putting in tackles and all of that. You can tell if you look at even the amount of fouls committed, right? And these stats are telling fouls committed, right? 9. And I guarantee you, if we could look at those stats, most of those fouls would have been in the first half by Brazil.
I'm looking right now the fouls. Yeah, and mine said Brazil committed 8 and the Koreans committed 13.
But it would be good to get a divide as to what was in the first half, like to get the first half separate from the second half, because that way you get a better. You understand me? You'll get a better look at things. Like, when did Alisson make these saves?
I think the first half Brazil had 3 fouls. I think the first half Brazil had 3 fouls. I don't remember how much the Koreans had, but I think Brazil had 3 fouls and the Koreans had, I think, 6 or 7. It was almost twice the amount the Koreans had in the first half.
So I don't know. I don't know how the saves by Alisson are divided, because at least 3 of those saves were in the first half. I think he made 2 brilliant saves in the second half, and he made 5. So he made 3 in the first half, 2 in the second half. Which, I mean, so I don't know. Again, Brazil also took off 3 defenders, basically. You took off 2. You took off your right back and your left back. You understand me?
I like what the Cobra are saying. The man just saying one of a game where you can't revenge. Final. That's how you just want to get to that game there.
That's an Arsenal man right there, man.
You just want to get to that game there. I agree. So I get to that game there. That's all. I hope so. Them no Pies and Neymar say have a throw fit. You just want to get to that game there. Nobody can tell me that there was something fishy about what happened with R9. But like we say, it's always good to have these discussions. But a good result for Brazil. They walk away from this, and it's the technical staff job now to after tonight's celebration get back into the film room tomorrow, breaking down the stats and letting them understand that, hey, we have to stay focused all the way through this and just put our foot into people's necks going forward.
Yeah, see, the Brazilians are rolling in. Javi and Kami TV. Big up Javi and Kami TV. I need to check that out and see what's going over there. Javi and Kami says, I respectfully disagree with Coach Sylvia on this one. The game was done and dusted in the first half. The second half was basically the Brazilian tying with the Korean team. Then Ian Campbell says, the Brazilian here, he says, if Brazil continue to play in this manner, they will not win the World Cup. When you talk first half or second half, again, you have to separate the halves. The game is not. The game is 245 minutes, right? So you have to evaluate each half separately, and which one was the important half, the first or the second? The first half. Yes. So let's assess the first half. If Brazil play the rest of the competition the way they play the first half, they are winning it.
But you're talking about the first 30 minutes, though. But
right through that first half, because I am telling you, in the first half, Brazil could have gone 8.
Yes, and they didn't because of decisions. But go back to what myself and Mr. Speed were talking about earlier. It's the whole. Remember, it's the whole. It's not just what Javi and Kami TV is saying is that he doesn't matter how the game ends, right? Brazil won. But he has to talk about and think about the also. How was the second half? Because game is not played in only one half. All right. Games are not played only one half. And you got to remember, this World Cup have shown us that many teams have played good first half and just the second half comes around and within 5 minutes, the game is over, right? This World Cup, you see Argentina first half against Saudi Arabia. They were pretty decent, not great, but pretty decent enough to take a lead and control the game. Germany also against Japan took a lead, wasn't great, but they created more chances to go up and didn't take them. All right, for whatever reason, maybe it's great saves, poor finishing, whatever. But the second half comes around and that team does what? Do something different, and all of a sudden it's a problem. The same thing with Spain. Spain was very, very good against Japan in the first half. Went up 1 goal, control the game, and guess what? Within 3 minutes, 4 minutes, the game is changed. Because no team is scared of another team in this World Cup. We have established that. They respect
Brazil had 18 shots. I'm thinking they had 8. 7 big chances created by Brazil. 1 by Korea. 1 big chance missed. Brazil had 5. 89%. I don't know. 8 fouls committed by Brazil. 13 committed by Tinga. I don't know. Shots on target. 9 for Brazil. 6 for South Korea. You know, Brazil had 14 shots inside the box. I don't know. Again, given the context of the game, I have to put the game in context. If I am Croatia, for example, my team is watching this. My team not watching the second half of that game. We're watching the first half.
Who?
Because,
Who?
If I am Croatia, I'm going to prepare for Brazil. I'm not putting my team to watch the second half of the game today to say, look at Brazil. I'm saying that let us look at the first half of this game and see where we can find flaws with Brazil.
Yeah, but you're watching the first half to notify what Brazil do offensively. You're watching the second half to see where Brazil can have some mental breakdown to create. Yes.
Yeah, but coach, all right. It's like
if you
it's just like watch this. Watch his coach swim. It's just like I don't like. I'm getting some. What I don't understand is this.
It's not me.
Yeah, man. What I'm saying is that I am batting. I am making 600 runs. All right, and then when I'm making 600 run, right, is when you want to see. Oh, look how we got him out when he made 601. He edged the ball. What I'm saying is that you need to look, when I was starting my inning and the chances were there, when it was intense, how was I batting? Because to me, the most important part of that game was what Brazil did in the first half. Because the game was done. If this was a close game, if this was a 1-love game or a 2-love game, I could understand, right? The second half of the game was done. And even in the second half, right, the intensity from both teams, we weren't even watching, we were talking. So I am going to look and say, listen, South Korea forced Alisson into 2 excellent saves in the first half. How did they do that? Brazil scored first 4 goals in the first half. Where did those goals come from? Where did the play start? Where did it go? How did they come in? That's what I'm looking at. Because in the second half, if I look and say, let's look at Brazil, I am fooling myself. Because I know that what I saw in the second half is not what Brazil is going to do against Croatia. They're not. What they do in the second half today, they're not going to do that against Croatia. What they do in the first half is what they're going to do. That is what I want to break down.
All right, I'm going to leave you with this. You remember what happened 2 Saturdays ago with a particular team playing against the team that Whisper play on? And the coach coming out afterwards saying that he didn't have a plan for Whisper. Remember that? If you only look at your strengths, all right, and don't look at the next team's strengths, you're going to get a sad surprise.
No, man, I still think you're missing what I'm saying.
No. I'm taking what you're saying. Because you said if you were Croatia, you'd be looking only on the first half. Yes, look at the first half to see how you can stop them from creating.
No, they're missing. But I'm saying you're missing my point. you're still missing my point, because all you're focused on is the goal, because you're saying that how they can stop them.
Yes.
I'm not saying that Croatia need to look at the first half to see how they can stop them, because while Brazil scored 4, there were still issues on the right side, because South Korea created opportunities when Brazil were playing at their best, which is the first half. So what I want to look at as a coach is like, all right, this is them at their best, the first half. And at their best, South Korea forced Alisson in 2 good saves. What did they do? So we can exploit those things. In the second half, if I look at the save that Alisson made to determine how I'm going to go up against Brazil, so if I use the second half of the game to prepare my team to stop Brazil, me I go suffer.
No. I think you're taking this out of context.
All right.
Different direction. Don't do that, man. What I'm saying is that I'm taking what you said. Me, I'm watching both half. As boring as the next half would be, I have to watch that half also. Because if I only have my team look at only one part of this Brazilian team, I'm doing an injustice to my team. You have to look at both sides of it. You might not like it. It might be tedious sitting in a room, assessing it, and then bringing it to the players. Even the players might look like they want to fall asleep, but you have to go through it. The issue is this. Brazil, the first 30 minutes was fantastic. No one can deny that. But even during that fantastic run, they had some laps. All right? And they know that they have some laps defensively. Right or wrong? Right.
But isn't that what I'm saying?
Yes, what I'm saying.
No, but what I'm saying, but no.
Your first thing that you said, man, you said you would not look at the second half. And I'm telling you that.
But you just hold on. No. You just talk about the first half. Yeah, and what you just said about the first half. No, so what you just said about the first half is what I am saying. When you say that Brazil up to 30 minutes, Brazil scored in the 36 minutes of the second half, Paqueta scored, And after Paqueta scored in the 48 minutes, Brazil missed a chance, Brazil also missed a chance in the 43rd minute,
Yes.
So the point I'm making to you is that Brazil, offensively and defensively, up to the 43rd minute, was playing good. Not just the first 30 minutes.
All right. Let me tell you what's going on. Because you're a Brazilian fan, I'm a Brazilian fan. You're gonna dig your heels in, and I'm not gonna dig my heels in. I'm just gonna tell you that the second half, in fact, from after 30 minutes, yes, Brazil scored afterwards, but afterwards they created 3 or 4 chances that they should have scored and didn't score. And that one that came back to the player who scored was a ball that ricocheted off a defender and he finished it. No, it's that comes over and he followed through it and scored. Great goal. But again, let's look at the game in its entirety. All right. Right after they scored the 3rd goal, Brazil started to take this thing for joke. That to me is not the proper sign of a championship team. A championship team, if that was France today, it would have ended up 7, 8, 9. Because look at yesterday, how serious Mbappe was about killing off.
The game was close. 2-1.
Again, but
3-1.
Look at how, but because Poland's a better team than Korea.
Better
team than Korea. Come on.
Poland is the worst team. Them should never qualify. If I was FIFA, I would say, one I go, come out of this one on the tall self and be a player kickball in my ear. Mr. Speed, Mr. Speed, contact all here. I'm gone here, man. What do you myself? Mr. Speed, contact. Hey, man, say, come like a pole for them, come for the be a ball in my ear, them man.
Easy.
When you say the ball so high up in the air, you think it'll be picked up by some air defense system?
Yeah, I tell you. Yeah, that's exactly.
If I play out of the stands.
If South Korea meet Poland in the World Cup, then beat them. Poland can't beat South Korea. Poland already, man. Poland should never have gone through, man.
All right, sir.
A pole ball football, them man, they play, brother. On a real football.
Yo, man is man. As me saying, you have a point. My point is, somebody needed to see all the little weaknesses, all the little things which shouldn't have happened, and I'm trying to fix him for Brazil. That's all I'm saying. It's not that they can't be fixed, but there's concerns, man. I tell you, the coach at dance that tells me say
lack of focus, man.
Drop him standard. The
Lack of
team
focus.
too happy because the game too easy. They
Yes.
might believe say everybody is going to be easy like that. No, it's not going easy. Man thinks that Croatia are going easy too. So I'm just saying that this is only a signs, but tell me so they're not focus. It's only a sign.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Rudolph. That's all I'm saying. The signs are there that they're not focused. Imagine Brazil, this same Brazil team go up against Croatia and score 2 goals early and drop the standards. They might walk off of the field crying this evening.
But they're not only. Let me tell you this. This is where you're missing the point. Listen, it's not 2 goals. It's 4. It's a different thing.
No, that is true too.
That is true. That is true.
As I said before, I've seen where them supposed to make certain play and because of selfishness or because everybody just wants to scrub.
Yeah.
Who to tell that? But against good teams, you're going to get fewer chances. So who is to tell that Brazil will have options to do certain things?
Yeah.
So you only going to get 3 options. 3 options. You get 3 options.
Me go beat you on this, you know. Because me see your team and lead team by 6, you know, and 5, you know, and I see him attitude, you know. It's very hard to keep you focused when you play against a team when you're good and you have them 4, you know.
I said that too. I said
Okay.
that too. But I'm saying when you come a World Cup, you're not skin no teeth. You come to kill every time. You're not skin no teeth. I'm saying the better quality team you play, if you remember, you know, practice make permanent, not perfect.
Not permanent.
People think they are perfect, or just permanent. So once you practice to make wrong decisions and to be selfish, when you need not to be, your mind can't get out of the habit. That's the problem, Mama.
Okay.
There you go. And that's exactly where I'm coming from. That breakdown in concentration is a concern, man.
Hey, you know that Brazil, if they have France under 3, you think they're going to do this? You really think so?
Yeah, maybe. I know Brazil. That's usually Brazil. Go back and research on Brazil, see, and make them. You will realize.
Listen,
that Brazil doesn't believe in Brazil from time and more, from a long time. Doesn't believe in killing off teams. They believe that they are so superior that even if you have your 1-0, you can't beat them. So they score 1-0 an entire run, and that is why Brazil have some of the biggest shock defeat although they do so well in a World Cup. Because I remember when they play in Italy, they only needed a draw, but they never care. 1-0, Italy equalized. 2-0, Italy equalized, and then just never ever black up and play same way until they get 3-2. Let's go back in the history of Brazil.
And even when Italy scored the 3rd goal, it was the same cavalier playing the same way. It's built in their DNA to do that. That's why I said, I no disrespect to the person I said maybe didn't ban before Gilbert, but it's the truth. You have to have the psyche of the Brazilian players. Coaching them in college is the same thing.
You know that South Korea was one of Brazil like one of them games that they play and build up to the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
In a friendly.
Yeah.
You know they beat them 5-1.
Yeah.
So you realize the mentality.
Right. But you're saying the same thing that we said. So what happened? And I've seen Brazil again, even against Argentina. Them would have killed them with balls. They go marry down and take them down. I've seen Brazil a whole heap of time being the better team, and teams set them down because them not kill off teams. You know, like put them foot in them throat and make sure so they can't come back.
Listen,
Brazil is a sporting team. They give you a chance all the time. That's how they play.
We can go
take that question on the screen, because that's a good question. Was Brazil before they scored the 4 goals? Right? When it was 1-0.
They weren't.
Right.
No. Before they scored the 4th goal, Neymar get ball for keep.
Yes, but I'm saying
don't game.
Before the first goal, they weren't selfish. Before the second goal, they weren't selfish. When they scored the third goal, that's when the selfishness started. It was a third goal. Remember, it was a third goal. When Neymar picked the ball up and break, and it was a 3v3, and all he had to do was roll the ball outside to the Vinicius, and he didn't. He dribbled all the way across the field.
When the fresh got gone, you know, man.
No, fresh got all right, man.
When I beat fresh got sent on thing to one-sided, brother, and I beat the good old Brazil. See how that connector.
I'm saying
when I make Talkie True Blue feel good, you know, because of that you want to hear and be laughing and say, yeah, man, so the Brazilian man, they're cussing.
I'm not breathing Brazil, and I'm saying that.
I beat Brazil.
Them need to fix up. So like a weakness.
Yeah, but if we so it would be an injustice if you and I and Rudolph was to walk off and say, "Boy, hey, great win Brazil," and we go, and everybody go like, "Hold on, did we watch the same game?"
Yeah, man, a great win Brazil, man, great win, man. Are the only team to score? What? Hold on. Any other team score 4 goals in that first half?
But you're using your fandom right now.
Our England did that against England.
England. We have mentioned England.
No, because I want them. Then they gone 4 on Iran first half. A great win Brazil, man. Easy like cheesy, man. 4 now.
From the man.
Now 36 minutes, man.
All right, listen. I'm gonna run and leave you guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning, gentlemen.
Every 9 minutes, Brazil score a goal in the first half, you know.
You sure?
Well, up to the 36 minutes. 4 nights and 36, man. Up to the 36 minutes, man. Every 9 minutes, them score, man.
Well, listen.
A good average that, you know. If we continue at that pace at 10, they would have get.
Gentlemen, I'm going to watch a basketball game of my son. So,
all right.
Peace out.
Man is a football coach and his son play basketball.
Well, when you're 6'3", 160 pounds, and can dunk from your 14 years old, then you're gifted with the Swaby genes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be a goalkeeper, man. A 6'3".
No, man, he can do whatever he wants to do, man. He played football this year and have 5 touchdowns, and that's the first time ever played football.
No. It's when you talk to us on our football podcast, don't say your son. There you go. Do not see your son play football and him have touchdown. We don't talk like that. Don't touchdown.
Man. I'll leave you now.
Yeah, but all right.
There's a set of matches playing this evening.
Oh, yeah. 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Chapel Maroons. Now they have all of the Kernan College players, so I walk them out. Yeah, man. All right, bless up. All right, Cold Speed. Bless up. Yeah, man. We'll see if we can watch some JPL game. All right, people. Yeah, we have to remind Coach CB so we didn't come on the program. And he must say football. Don't mention no touchdown. Different sport. You have to put American before that. Right. Talking through blue, be strong or fresh guy. But people, tune in because there will be JPL football and Sports Max. I understand me. Great show today. Tomorrow, join us at 10 a.m. for Portugal. Will it be the Portugal game first? Yeah. Let me make sure I give you the right game. Which game is going to be first? Yes, Morocco versus Spain, and at 2, it will be Portugal versus Switzerland. All right, before you go, hit the like button. Listen, thank you again to all our new subscribers. Really appreciate it. Thanks to all of the regular viewers. Some of you don't make any comments, but we really appreciate you viewing the content. Please don't be afraid to send us your feedback and your thoughts as to how we can make things happen. Tomorrow, we have a very, very important interview with Coach Robin Fraser of the Colorado Rapids, talking about something big that's happening in Jamaica in 2 weeks' time. If you're a coach or a footballer, you want to be a part of that. So call around, tell all your little schoolboy footballer friends that they need to hear what he's going to talk about. I am Management. This is I Am Sure Sports. And as usual, we say when we get to this point, we are over and we are OUT out of here.
Boom, check it out. I don't know it's Jason. I'm a represent for I Am Sure Sports. For the latest news and updates, check out I Am Sure Sports. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe and share. Jason representing I Am Sure. I Am Sure Sports.